Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody out there on YouTube and Twitch, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you're doing exceptionally well. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me this fine Saturday morning for me. Anyway, I don't know what it is for you guys, but it is definitely a Saturday morning for me. Appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. These things are free, helps the algorithm to know there's something worth watching here. If you're over on Twitch, make sure you check and see if you have a Twitch Prime sub. It is also free to you because you've already paid for Amazon Prime. It's just an extra benefit you get of having Amazon Prime. And yeah, that's about all I got there. If you guys want to support anything, financially, there's really the three best ways to do that are to become a Patreon. You get infinitely high value there. It is seriously something worth checking out. The second is to check out the merch. I do actually have t-shirts and hoodies that I don't really mention enough, and I need to get in a better habit of doing. And those are available to you if you look in the YouTube stream. It's in the description, and then over on Twitch, you should be able to use ! merch. If that doesn't work, please let me know. I will look into that. And the final way, if you want to go anywhere beyond any of those things, would be to check out my sponsor. It's Freshen Up Energy, my other thumb, my other side right behind me. If you are into energy drinks, things like G Fuel, even Monster energy drinks, these are just insane. The value that you get out of every single serving is way higher. It's cleaner energy, and you can use my code HOPE for 20% off your order. So it becomes really, really inexpensive per serving at that point. If you have questions about it, feel free to ask. I can either direct you to resources on the website, or I can answer questions myself to the very best of my ability. All the business stuff out of the way. Let me just address really quickly the fact that, yes, I am sick. I'm congested. It kind of hit pretty much overnight. It's a good time. Not excited about it, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, we're just, I'm happy to be here. Got to push through, because I really believe that in order for me to succeed, I got to keep pushing and I got to keep going. Can't let sickness be the thing that slows me up. So appreciate you guys tuning in regardless. Let me go ahead and say hi to the chat here. It looks like there was a couple before I got here. Bro thinks he can play without the poop squad. Freaking Deedon, dude. And Crow, of course, both of you. What's up, KJ? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I missed the last stream. How were the games? Honestly, they were fine. It was a little bit of a struggle on, was it Thursday? We had a really rough win-loss, but at the end of the stream, I noticed I had a lot of the fundamental mistakes that were slipping back into my habits. So it's just something that I need to work on. Not a big deal. Do I support you more when I watch on YouTube or Twitch? It's a great question. I don't really have a huge preference, to be honest with you. It's not a big deal either way. I think that YouTube probably pays better for the ads than Twitch does, and Twitch's experience, in my opinion, is worse. But here's my deal. There's a reason I stream on both platforms. So if you want to be on either one, if you're going to watch a VOD, definitely watch it on YouTube. But if you're going to watch the live stream itself, I don't know that there's a huge difference either way. Thanks for asking, though. I do appreciate that. So yeah, we did get a slightly increased setup, a little bit different. I've got an L-shaped desk now. It's actually a standing desk as well. A little bit into the stream, I'm sure I'm going to try and make a better habit of utilizing that. We'll see now that I have it. So it got my computer just right here. You guys can probably see a little bit of it behind the chat window right now. This is literally the face of the computer. Got the L-shaped desk, got my third monitor mounted over here, and I've actually got my Mac set up to my left, so that I'm able to better moderate chat. I think it's going to be a little bit easier just to have something that's hot and ready to go for situations like we've had recently. So I'm a little bit more prepared in that sense. And then what else did I moved on from Logitech. I no longer use Logitech peripherals. I use Corsair peripherals. This is the K70 keyboard, 60% keyboard. It's wireless. It's great. I have not gotten to use it super heavily yet. I only got everything set up yesterday, and barely. And then I also have I'm not sure how you pronounce this yet. I've still got to figure that out. You can see it there on the mouse button there. It says Qatar. I would say that's how you'd say it. It might be Cater. I'm not really sure, but I would say that's Qatar. It is a lightweight mouse. It is about half the weight of my former Logitech G502, and I've only used it a little bit. Actually, I haven't gotten a game with it yet, or even aim trained with it yet. So you guys will get to see that raw reaction. Really excited to do that. I've got a better mouse pad. Can't really easily show that to you. It's still got a little bit. If you've ever bought a mouse pad that was rolled up, you know that it takes a while to unroll. So I put it underneath a box that was bigger than the mouse pad and weighted the box down, and it is a lot better, but I didn't get time to look up a tutorial on how to get that done a little faster, so I'll just have to work with it a little bit today. But I'm sure between today and tomorrow it'll flatten out a little bit as it, you know, unrolls, so to speak. So it's time to break my fast. I'll be back soon. No worries. See you when you get back. Bros got promoted to the corner office. Yeah, it's looking a little more corporate, I guess. But yeah, I think that this is going to help me a lot, especially because right now I haven't really talked about this a whole bunch, and eventually when I can actually talk about it a little bit more clearly, I will actually speak into it. I am actually essentially a full-time creator right now, so that's something that I really am taking seriously, and I want to make sure that I'm pushing as hard as I can to put out the best content that I can. And I know that if I am a little bit more comfortable at my setup, and I've done this in the past, I've done content creation for so long now that I'm increasingly aware of the value of just being comfortable in the ease of creating content. You don't need to have all the gear that I have to do this. That's not my point. I just know that if I can go sit down at my setup and much more easily get everything going, the simpler that I can create content, the better. So that's that. What servers am I playing on? It's a great question. Somewhere in the North American region. I'm not too sure. So yeah, it's going to be a good time, guys. I'm really excited to be here today. I think it's going to be a good day, even despite the sickness and stuff. Oh, I didn't even mention the reason, in case you guys didn't see the post on social media, the reason that I wasn't here yesterday, we actually ended up buying a minivan. We've been trying to buy a minivan for the better part of, like, gosh, I don't know, 2 weeks, and we've been trying to buy one in cash with a certain budget in mind, and that budget's pretty low, and I knew that it was going to be a challenge to find something that was worth buying in that kind of range. Fortunately, you know, we were able to find one, and it was a great vehicle. It's a 2002 Honda Odyssey. And it's got like 155,000 miles. It has a couple of issues that none of which are extensive. One of them, the biggest, most expensive one, is just routine maintenance for something with that many miles. It's had a lot of stuff done already. It's got a new alternator. It's got a new battery. Oddly enough, 3 out of the 4 tires are brand new. Not too sure why they didn't replace the 4th one. So we're going to work on that. But there's a few little things. Basically, after it'll probably be tomorrow, but I'm going to go out to it and just kind of like take a look at my phone and make a checklist of things we need to get done so that I can go get it registered, and then we can list our Kia Optima and sell it so we can get out of debt, which will allow us to stay full-time as a content creator. Will allow me to stay full-time as a content creator. There we go. A lot more easily if we don't have any debt. So we'll be debt-free at that point, and that's been a big focus of ours. So what rank are you on tank? I am currently Platinum 5, placed Platinum 3, and I am teetering into gold. Very possible that I go into gold. That's okay. I've just kind of come to terms with it. More importantly for me is learning. If I'm not improving as a tank, I don't really care if my rank is going up. If my rank goes up, but I'm not actually fundamentally improving my tank gameplay, I need to make change, you know? You were Plat 3, right? Yes. Yep. Psych Ward Regular, thanks so much for the follow over on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one. That's a really funny name, by the way. Yeah, I'm a little stuffy today. I've taken some Dayquil, which will definitely help once it kicks in a little bit. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, or maybe you're newer to the content, what I usually do at the beginning of my streams for like 15 to 20 minutes, I've been trying to limit that around there. Maglock, thanks so much for the follow. I assume that's the same person that is over on my YouTube channel right now, but thank you for coming and following over on Twitch. My plan is that I usually do like 15 to 20 minutes of just chatting, just hanging out, getting into chill with the community. Live streams for me, while I do create content out of them, you know, I take clips. I sometimes, well, as of recently, I started to record videos during live streams and stuff. It doesn't like, live streaming for me is primarily meant to be about connecting with you guys, my community, people who watch my content, because I can record content and create shorts actually a lot easier if I'm not live. It's a lot simpler. But while I am live, I get to connect with you guys. So I try to make that the focus, and, you know, answering questions and stuff like that, and getting to know you guys get to know me. It's a very much a balanced way to do live streaming. That's why I only stream 4 times a week. I know a lot of creators will stream, like, sometimes some of them 5 to 7 days a week, and good for them if they've got the time and energy. I don't. So the OWCS journey is back. Yes, it is. If you have questions about why, I'm happy to answer that too. That's a fair question that a lot of people are asking, and I think that's appropriate, because you know, the fairness is I made a big stink about leaving the game, and then, you know, and I don't think that was unjustified, but made a big deal about leaving Overwatch, going to Marvel Rivals, and now I'm not, and people are confused. So that's fair, by the way. I'm not like saying that there's any reason you shouldn't. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying, without going into a long rant, is that's totally justified. Makes a lot of sense. Necros streams like every day for 8 hours. It's crazy. You know, I was wanting to look this up. You can actually look up. Nope, I turned off my keyboard. You can actually look up, I think it's like Twitch Tracker. I think that's the name of the website. Yeah. You can look up individual channels and see how much they stream. Obviously, I have like the absolute mad folks like Kai Snot, Queso, Jinxie, right? Hassan. Oddly enough, Rainbow Six, like the official Rainbow Six account, is pretty high up there as well. But let's see. Go ahead and pull up my React scene here, so you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. So, what I was gonna do was look up. I was curious, how often does Flats? I don't know if is it Flats? Is it just Flats on Twitch? It might just be Flats. Yeah, it is. I've been wondering how often he streams. Of course, does he have 2 streams? Did I just see that right? Interesting. He's live right now over on a separate. I don't know what his strategy is. That's interesting. I didn't realize that he had a second stream. I was gonna see if there. Whoa, that was not what I was trying to do. Okay, I guess you can't open that in a new tab. Okay, yes, verify I'm human. Okay, this was the page I was looking for. Like, you can see how often people are live and how long. He hasn't streamed nearly as much as I thought he did. Huh. Well, I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised. He makes a lot of content, but again, he has that second stream channel I didn't even know about till now, so. Sorry to drag the question, but can you explain your plan for the community clips? Yeah, I think it would be fun. Sad to hear it got postponed. Yeah, me too. So I'll explain a little bit more what my plan is with that. Let me look at the Google Drive really quick and just make sure that I'm not like completely mistaken on what I remember. Hang on just a second. I gotta verify. I don't know why, but like when you integrate your YouTube channel with like things like Streamlabs or Restream, occasionally Google freaks out and it's like, hey, your stuff's changing. I'm like, yeah, and it's been being used by that platform for a while now. I'm not sure why we're freaking out. Oh, the heck? Keyboard. I'll be honest with you. If this keyboard keeps doing this, I'm gonna get a hold of Corsair. This is weird. Because it's got a connectivity issue where it just like randomly disconnects for a second. So hopefully that doesn't continue. I'm going to pull up the Google Drive. So to give some context for those that don't know, when I first rolled out this idea of going full time, I wanted to come up with a third video idea every single week because I was making 2 a week. I have a guy who's editing for me. and he's doing one video a week right now. I'm doing the other one. And then I'm like, yeah, but you know, full-time means I probably should at least be putting out 3 long-form videos a week. So I wanted to come up with something that was repeatable but not repetitive. It's a very big difference, right? And we have some decent clips, but the reality is I've got 4 people in there. So I had this idea of doing a top 10 clips every single week, and I think it's a great idea, but we have to have a little bit more. I think I need to build this up a little bit more before I can enter that in. And I need to have more than just like 4 people in there, because the concern is if I just start doing it like this, where I have the same 3 or 4 people for 10 clips, you know, it's not as likely that it'll go as well. I would like to see it be, you know, at least 10 different people for the first video. So I'm still figuring out how to make that happen consistently. That's the problem. I want to make it a series, and I can't really make it a series until we're at that point. So I'm not too sure yet. I really am not too sure how I'm going to handle this just yet. I know I want to do it. That hasn't gone away. The desire is still there. It's just a matter of figuring out how to make it work. Because right now it would be a challenge. So, community clips, the Crow episode. And I mean, the first one is going to be a little rough, a little bumpy, right? But I want to record it on stream. You know, I want to keep the reactions of the community in there as well. So I definitely want to do those things. I just have to figure out how to make it work. I definitely look forward to it as well. I think it'll be a fun video idea, and I think it'd be really like engaging as well for people who are brand new to my content. They're like, oh, he does this. That's kind of cool. Like, I just think it'd be really neat because it's not just all about me. I've always been really a big advocate of the idea that without the community, I don't have any of this, right? So I take that very seriously. So when I look at things like that and I go, oh, there's a way to shout out some members in the community. That's why I do the Patreon shout outs. That's why we have the credits at the end of each video for the patrons, right? Like, it's just a subset of the community, right? So I really am big on that. Try to find ways to be more grateful for the community, and I think that a community like clips video every week would do a really good job of that. So, well, listen. Wait, are you planning to do like viewer clip review or something? Basically, yeah. So I've posted it in the Discord, and honestly, that may be part of my problem is I only posted it in the Discord, but there are Google Drive links available that you can upload. It would be, my goal would be to be able to put out 1 Marvel Rivals and then 1 Overwatch top 10 community clips every week. So, well, not every week. So like alternating. So like 1 week would be Rivals, 1 week would be Overwatch, and so on until I'm able to either hire someone to do that, because I wouldn't mind having, like, in my ideal world, 5 videos a week, but I have to have somebody that I can hire to edit, and right now that doesn't make any sense, and I don't have any extra time, so it's just trying to find all the balancing act, right? So, hey, good morning, Corn Dog Kid. Good to see you, dude. So yeah, Fordo, that's something that we've talked about in the Discord a bit, and I actually have some clips already from the community, but it's like 4 people. And it's meant to be a top 10 clips. So I'm like, I don't want to have the same 4 people for 10 clips. If I have to, I will. Don't get me wrong. But I'd rather not. I'd like to showcase more of the community is my thought. But maybe I'm overthinking it. That could be possible too. I have a tendency to do that. Well, before we get started, I do need to borrow the restroom real quick. I'm going to step away for maybe 2 minutes at most, and then I'll be back. And we'll go from there. Just curious, if I happen to have a clip where I went crazy, but I happen to say the F word, would I need to mute the audio on said clip? I understand you're a Christian man. Most of the Christian people I know don't like swearing. I appreciate you thinking of me in that way. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it because I can always censor it, worst case. But ideally, it would... I'll have to think that one through, but I'll say on the first one, I'm not worried about it because worst case scenario, in the edit itself, I can censor it. Because YouTube probably wouldn't care for that in the ad revenue sense, so it's borderline unintelligible. Yeah, no, I got you. No worries there. Well, would you guys give me like 2 minutes of your time? I'll be back, and then we'll get started and get things going here. All right. Now we should be good for a second. All right, listen. If you're here for the first time, you may not know this, but this community has got a whole bunch of diversity in it. There's a lot of people know that myself, I'm a Christian. I'm really, really big about my faith, and I love talking about it, but I also understand that not everybody believes in Christianity, and there's plenty of people in today's day and age that have this conception of Christians where it's like, if I don't act a certain way or believe a certain way, they hate me. I'm sorry that if any of you feel that way, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry someone's made you feel that way. But I can promise you, the majority of Christians should not be making you feel that way. That's just not, none of us are perfect, myself included. But this community, regardless of my faith, that aside, this community aligns itself on one key and core principle. That principle is that life is difficult. Don't do it alone. Nothing super crazy, doesn't require you to believe any craziness, but I think we can all agree that every once in a while, life just hits and things go sideways. And I personally include I'm sorry, my brain's really foggy today. I'm on Dayquil. It's just always kicks me out of gear. But as an extension of the community's mantra, I personally encourage every single one of you to do 3 simple things. Number 1, find Christ. Number 2 is find community. Find friendship. Brain fuzzy. Find friendship and find community in that order, so that when life hits the fan, you can pray to an infinite God who loved you enough to send his son to die for you, effectively bridging the gap between us and him that our behavior created. The second is friendship. Friendship's there when you just need that one-on-one connection, right? You need to be with somebody, vent to somebody, cry on somebody's shoulder. Those really deep personal relationships are a big deal. And the third thing is certainly not the least important in the grand scheme of life, and that's community. Community is there for when life hits the fan in a practical way. You got to pay your rent. You got to get groceries because you're running out of food. Community shines the brightest when catastrophes hit. I've noticed that throughout my life. You can think of it in larger scales, like these horrible fires that were in LA, the hurricanes as of late, that people are still trying to figure out how to come back from. I'm telling you, there's wonderful communities around them that have allowed them to get back on their feet in the way that they are now. So, if any of those things are you, and maybe you don't have the best friendships, maybe you don't have that relationship with Christ, maybe you don't have a local community or a community you're plugged into, I just encourage you to join the Discord. It's completely free, costs you nothing, and in return for joining it, you get the opportunity to find friendship. You definitely get to be part of a community, and a true community in the sense of what I was just talking about a second ago. And if you have questions about faith, there's a whole channel just for that. But if you don't want that, that's not your thing, just mute that channel. We don't talk about it elsewhere, and I'm very, very big about that. So that way, if you don't want to be talking about that, that's not your thing. I completely respect you, and that should be what the community reciprocates. So if any of those things are you, join the Discord. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description. And if you're on Twitch, you can use !Discord. It should bring the link right up to you. That said, let me address the chat really quick. Fordo, that was not at all a shot at you. I hope I'm sorry if that came across that way. It certainly was not the case. No. Yeah, definitely didn't. This is just normal. If you ever look at any of my other intros, and if you're curious, you can look at any of my other stream intros, and I do the same thing pretty much every time. It has nothing to do with you, I promise. Man's too drugged. Yeah, I'm drugged. I'm sick. Like, it's just, it's tough, dude. But that means it's probably going to be some good content today, so make sure you stick around for that. But I do also just pray on my stream. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, so if you're not into that, if it makes you uncomfortable, take 3 minutes. I'll be back. I'll be done at that point. You can come back. We're going to get into aim training after that. And once the aim training is done, we'll get into Overwatch. That's kind of the normal flow of the live streams now. So appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and remember how to do this on this keyboard because I'm still not used to it. There we go. We're going to pray real quick. God, thank you for today. Thank you truly for every single person here, regardless of their faith, political background, or personal beliefs. I'm so thankful to have each person here because every single person, I believe, was created by you with a unique purpose that I and no one else can fulfill. I want to just pray that you'd continue to provide for my family. Thank you for helping us find the minivan we found yesterday and the person who had been maintaining it. Thank you for how much he honored taking care of a vehicle in such a way that when we bought it, we knew that there was a couple issues, but it wasn't anything that was hidden. We knew everything before I took it and drove it away. I'm thankful for your provision to allow us to purchase that vehicle in cash. First time in our marriage that we paid for a vehicle that is going to work for our family's needs in cash. I am so blown away by your provision, God, and I'm asking you continue to do that. Please continue to honor me following you. Right now, I've dropped everything in pursuit of creating content that is positive and points people to you regardless of how often I speak your name or specifically do things like this, like praying in front of these folks. I pray that my behavior, the way I carry myself, and the way that I compete would point to you. I am far from perfect. I know that. I am so aware of my depravity without you. And I'm asking you, would you just help me today? Be here. Be present. Empty me of the things that won't reflect you into the world around me. Fill me with more of the things that will. Help me to be a good sportsman today. Win or loss, I give you the glory for it. Help me to adjust. And Lord, I specifically do want to just quickly pray over the sickness I've got. I do pray it would go away quickly, that the vitamins and medicine that we have here at the house that you've blessed us with, I pray that they would do their job and clean this crap out of me really quickly so that we can move on and get back to a normal life where I'm not Dayquil drugged and and already foggy because of the sickness. So God, thank you so much for who you are and what you've done for me. I'm thankful. I pray I'd reflect you well today. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Thank you guys for being here. Again, I know that not everybody's a Christian and that praying on stream is not everybody's cup of tea. So I completely respect you. Please understand that. We can completely disagree on any number of topics, and I'm still going to be respectful of you. Because I think that any other response, besides just a mutual respect to each other, is just unhuman. Inhuman? Not sure if I'm looking at the right way to phrase that, but I usually tune into the middle of streams, so yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but fair enough. Yeah, Fordo, no worries. No worries, man. Yeah, I appreciate you sticking around and giving me the chance to explain that. Because you've been around. Like, you're in my comments a lot, I think, on YouTube. I think it's YouTube that I see you on. And then obviously you're tuned into a stream today. It really means a lot to me. Like, the folks like you that are here all the time, it's not something that's lost on me. Very thankful for you, dude. Really, and I mean that. Like, it's not just something I'm saying so that you'll continue to watch my content. It's something that I truly feel from the bottom of my heart. Like, without this community, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So thank you, man. Is that my new desk? Yeah, I do have a standing desk now. This was something that I've wanted to do. I actually had a standing desk at one point, but our finances hit a head, and I decided to sell it and get a much more minimal desk. And I didn't hate that, a previous desk. But now that I'm pushing full-time hours for content, I'm at this desk legit 40 plus hours a week. So I wanted to get in a place where I was taking better care of my health. You guys have seen probably a pretty big uptick in that. Been eating a lot healthier, not perfectly by any means. I literally, I promise you it's not perfect, but I've been focusing on counting my calories primarily, and I've lost 30 pounds. So I'm really taking good care of my physical health. Eventually I plan on getting into the gym as well, but we need to have the financial means to, join a gym. But the standing desk was something that I had on my my Amazon wish list for a while, and it was I think 40%. No, I'm sorry, that was one of the other items. 20% off. So it was a really steep discount. I hadn't seen a discount on this desk for a while, so I was like, you know what? We have the extra means. Let's swing for the fence here. I didn't buy any gear last year for my content, literally none. So I felt like it was all right to go ahead and just buy a couple pieces, because I did. I bought, I had a third monitor that I had on the default stand, and I went ahead and bought a mount for it so that I could mount it properly. I got the standing desk. I replaced my peripherals. So, hey, Aimlabs, why are you over on that monitor, bro? What are you doing? It just went over to the wrong monitor. What the heck? Okay. Just a second here. I gotta figure out why it did that. Visuals. This is weird. Why did it do this? What the heck? That was weird. Okay, well, I'll try rebooting it and see if it goes to the right monitor. If not, I guess I'll have to deal with that. You don't like standing desks because you don't like standing? Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a reasonable reason not to like a standing desk. Okay, what the heck? It opens on this monitor and then just moves over to there. What is happening? Okay, I'm gonna need... I did not expect that to happen because I've set this other... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, hold on. So... you got crosshair, targets, audio, graphics, visuals. That's visuals in-game, though. It's not. What is happening right now? Graphics. Selected display. Go over to the other one. Save. There we go. Beautiful. That is... I don't know what was going on there. Even the monitors are fighting the journey. Yeah, bro. They don't want to see this underdog win. Let me see. What time is it for me right now? It's 9 a.m. You can just get the ones that let you sit or stand. Those are the best ones. Yeah. What new peripherals did you get? So I went to Corsair. I'm actually hoping to start working with them as a sponsor in the future. So I'm starting to kind of familiarize myself with their gear and that kind of stuff. So this is the K70. It's a 60% keyboard. I know it's kind of covered up by a few things on screen. And it's my first 60% keyboard. So far, I'll be honest with you, I've had some weird connectivity issues. I'm sure it's user error. So I'm working on that. And then I got the ultralight guitar, if I can get it to... It's a mouse. Those are that. And I got a mouse pad. Nothing super crazy. It's the MM200. It's just going to help me out a little bit, I think. And this is my first day using it, too, so you guys are going to see that. I have that problem occasionally. It makes my brain want to go numb. What problem? Wait, what are you talking about? Which problem? It's 2 a.m.? Crazy. Nice. You know what we need? What do we need? What do we need, chat? Chatting chatters. Okay. All right, I'm not going to change any settings yet. I just want to see if the new peripherals make a big difference. So, obviously, I need to set up the scene a little bit better here for you guys, though. That's my bad. Give it a second. It'll catch up. And there it is. Perfect. All right. Is that like a Hall effect keyboard? What do you mean a Hall effect? We need flaming for hope. I'm talking YouTube videos about throwers. We need public flaming. We need that evil side. Nope, it's the whole point. Yep, definitely noticing the sensitivity here. The lighter weight mouse is a lot. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a crazy difference. Okay. I do need to lower my sensitivity a bit. I wasn't going to, but I can... Dang, that's crazy how much different that is. I'm going to take that down quite a bit. And we'll restart the... We'll see how that feels. Restart. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. What keyboard did you say it was again? It's the Corsair K70. There's a guy that exposes throwers as a series in Marvel Rivals, especially the toxic ones. Ooh. I don't know if I want that rage bait, I'm going to be honest. Or flamethrowers. Could be fun. I mean, you know, I'm always down to mess with the flamethrower. Never done that before. That'd be kind of fun. What? What? Bro. My mouse was like disconnecting. Yep. little bit of a struggle today, but that's okay. I knew it would be with the new peripherals. Yeah, a little bit of a struggle. That's okay. Did I see the Overwatch blog post? No, I did not. Yeah, I went from the G502, which is what I had before, actually, Forta, which is like 121 grams. Yeah, I think it's 129. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but you're probably right. With all the weights to a Razer Death Adder VB3 Pro, which is like 60 grams. Yeah, this one's 69 grams. Ah. The K70 is not a Hall effect keyboard, but that only really matters at like super high ranks anyway. What is a Hall effect keyboard? I've not even heard of that. What does that mean? Gotta get this mouse pad to flatten out the rest of the way before Monday. The right side is pretty close to done. The left side didn't quite get flattened out. So you like basically like graze the key and it's a key press. Oh, so like just like less effort to do a key press. Got it. Okay. They talk about the outliers of perks and coming changes mid-season patch and beyond if you'd like to take a look. Yeah, would you guys remind me after aim training? I'd love to look at that. That'd be great. I think that could make some good short content too. Yeah, it's, oh gosh. I think something's going on with the connectivity. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Because it's actually disconnecting. I thought it was the mouse pad, maybe not fully seating. I'm gonna have to figure that out, see if that's a common issue. Holy cow. I mean, I literally can't have that happening. That's not gonna work for me, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming my bad aim on that. I'm just saying. It's like it has like a rest period or something. It's like as long as I keep moving it, it doesn't seem to have an issue. But as soon as I stop moving it, it's like it has a sleep mode or something too early. Which I know the actual sleep mode itself is only 15 minutes, but... Or 15... It's 15 minutes? Oh, maybe it's 15 seconds. Oh, man. Yeah. New sensitivity, new mouse. Definitely a bit of a struggle today. But I can already see that once I get used to it, it'll be a lot better for me. A lot better. Oh, come on. No! Get over here. Okay. So, like, talk to the bubbles. You head over here and you find my crosshair so I don't have to find you. It's like John Wick if he played Aimlabs. They use magnetic switches instead of the... Okay, cool. I bet you're loving the Zarya perks. Interesting. Maybe go back to the old mouse for tonight. I'm not worried about it. I'd have to reconnect it. I'd have to reinstall Logitech. Not worried about it. I'd rather just try and get used to it. Crazy how she went from being reasonably weak to a top 3 tank. Zarya was not weak. I'm not just saying that, but might be low power mode or something. Might be. Maybe it's because the dongle's too far away from the mouse. I mean, it's literally... So the computer is right here. And it's on the back of the computer. It's within 2 feet of it. So. Zarya is very strong in solo queue. Oh, she's been strong in solo queue, in my opinion. But what's the old sense and new? They're actually... So the old sense in Aimlabs was 1.2. I changed it, took it down to 1.0. So... Same DPI at 1600. High ranks dive is still meta, but she's very good. I feel like she can be played in dive, though. Like, against dive, I guess. Not in dive, but against dive pretty well. I swear, Zarya was not good unless it was in a counter matchup. Or if you were truly good at Zarya. I think that's the exception there. Is it wireless? Not to ask a dumb question, but there's new batteries in it, yes. So it is wireless, but it's chargeable wireless. I would never buy one that I had to replace batteries in. That would be absolutely insane. Like, you can still get value from it, but, like, nowhere near as easily as any other hero. Not agree to disagree. I mean, I can see what a lot of people are saying with, like, metas and stuff. I've just always fundamentally disagreed with the idea that the meta should dictate who you're playing. We're going to focus on 100% accuracy on this one. taking it a little bit slower. Man, I'll be honest with you, 1.0 might even be too sensitive. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to calibrate that again. Because with my old mouse and mouse pad and all that, like I had my sensitivity dialed in pretty well. I'll say, just immediate thoughts. Besides the occasional wireless connectivity issue, pretty big fan of this mouse. Yeah, there's, I say that and it starts having the issue. That's funny. Yeah, pretty high accuracy. Good. A little bit lower score, but that's okay. But as a main, as a tank main, my tank sense is higher than the other two roles. Interesting. I have to put batteries in mine because I bought the cheapest mouse Walmart had. I respect that. Maybe worth to go back to the old mouse for tonight. I appreciate the suggestion. I'm just going to stick to this one and focus on learning how to use it better. That's kind of the point of it, is just to learn it. That would be like, in a similar way, that's like when I gravitate towards, no pun intended, using Zarya when I really shouldn't, instead of forcing myself to learn Sigma or Diva, which has been my focus, you know? I get you, Fordo. What's up, Bennett? Good to see you. If you have a good meta read, you get a better idea of what you need to do. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Even if you don't play the meta, you at least understand how it's working, and you can counterplay it. Bluetooth peripherals that need batteries are at the bottom of the totem pole IMO. I mean, yeah, this one has a Bluetooth option. I don't know why I would ever use that, but... So after this, we will go look at the blog. Oh my gosh, it is. Stop. Oh, that's going to drive me bonkers. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out. It's so weird because like it's a great mouse, but the connectivity, the wireless connectivity is rough around the edges. And I don't mean to keep complaining about it, but, and I'm not going to. I'm going to stop complaining, as a matter of fact. I'm just going to shut up about it. But definitely before we get into Overwatch today, I've got to figure out why it's doing that. See if there's like a common issue people have had. I know that I was able to, and this may be part of the problem, I'm not too sure. In worst case, I can wired connect it as well for today. I don't love that idea because the cable is going to be dragging, but you know, we got to do what you got to do. I have both keyboard and mouse connected through one USB wireless because that's something you can do. And I was like, oh, sure. I mean, I have the extra if I need it, but okay, that's pretty good. That was a good one. Do you have the dongle in front of your mouse? No. No, it's in the back of the computer, which is like 2 feet away. The bro's anti-promoting? No, I'm just being honest. That's the thing. Like, I would like to work with Corsair, but here's my thing. The reason I want to work with Corsair is because Corsair owns Elgato, and I really love Elgato's products. That's not been a question in my mind for a while now. Elgato makes by far some of the best content creator stuff ever. And I wanted to work with Corsair and kind of start to figure that out a little bit more. See if I could maybe make it mesh in one way, you know? Did the mouse come with a dongle extender? No, it didn't. And I'll be honest with you too, Nephilim, which is an interesting, I know that reference. I could try putting the dongle in the front of this, but at least with the Logitech stuff, I didn't have that issue. It was actually further away with the Logitech, and I literally never had issues. So I don't know. It's very interesting. It shouldn't need that, but I'll try it. You know, like I said, I'm going to keep pushing forward and keep learning, but it keeps like on occasion just kind of disconnecting, it feels like. And it might be the mouse pad as well. Not the mouse pad disconnecting, to be clear, but the mouse pad, like, it's still not unrolled fully. And normally I'd be a lot more prepared if I use new peripherals, but yesterday with buying the van and stuff and having to cancel stream and everything, I just tried to make yesterday a productive day, so I put the new setup together. It's still a little scuffed. I mean, it's not even cable managed. That's the reason I haven't taken a picture of it and shared it on social media. That's what you have to do as a content creator, but I'm like, no. Not with the way it looks right now. Okay, not horrible. What mouse do I have? I just got it today. It's the Corsair Qatar. K-A-T-A-R. I always want to say K-A-T-A-R. Like, what am I saying? Have I become a Valley girl from California all of a sudden? What is happening? What's up, Demon Slayer? Thanks for tuning in over on Twitch. They asked, hello, are you still committing to Overwatch, or did you just play Marvel Rivals during the hype? Well, first of all, that wasn't the point of me playing Rivals. I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. I actually did leave Overwatch. That was my original intent, because I didn't think they were going to update the game, and it was not fun anymore. It felt like they were just kind of giving it its last hurrah, and then they released all this crazy good content, which proved me completely wrong, and I've had to eat crow on that. I'm cool with that. I don't mind being humble and saying, yeah, I was wrong. So I came back to the game. I am committing to Overwatch, but I did not just go to Rivals during the hype. I will still be playing Rivals as well going forward, because I do enjoy the game. I think it's fun. Now I'm starting to adapt to it. This mouse is freaking great. Like, that felt... I think what it is I'm feeling how smooth that mouse feels. That's crazy good. I really like that. Like, now that I'm getting used to it a little bit more, especially, that's really good. I like that a lot. Today is, I think, day 14 of aim training. Yeah. Okay. I'm leaving myself notes because I'm actually making a video out of this eventually, just in case you guys are curious. Trying 28 days of aim training, and this is what I learned, kind of thing. Okay. Not used to a smaller keyboard yet. Still working on that. Okay, good luck. Hope to see you reach your goal soon. Thank you. I appreciate it. Goodness. Do I stand up while gaming? Not always. This is a sit-stand desk that I just acquired. This is literally my first day on it, and I'm just using it right now. So. Did I see what Trump did last night? I don't mind talking politics. I just have to be careful in how I present myself. That's all. No, I didn't. He's been doing so much stuff. Bro, arranged a public trap? What do you mean? TKL's the sweet spot? I respect that, yeah. Okay, this is a tracking one. This will be an interesting one to feel out. Yep, feeling it. Feeling it. Slower speed. Yep. Oh, there's 2 disconnects. Three disconnects. 3 disconnects there is a little bit unnerving. He was yelling at Zelensky for starting a war with Putin and gambling with World War III. Oh, okay. Saying like you need us, why you're not saying thank you. Without us, the war would be over in 2 weeks. I think even a significant portion of his political base would agree that saying Zelensky started it is an insane thing to say. A very vocal minority genuinely believe that, but I think even most of his base recognize that's a brain dead thing. So here's what I'll caution you guys with, and I'm going to say very briefly that I don't fully understand the context. I did see a little bit of that on TikTok this morning, but I'll just say this. None of us, you guys included, understand the full context. Why was Zelensky brought there? Was he there for this? Did Zelensky know when he got there they were going to have this conversation in front of American media? I have a sense he probably knew. You know what I mean? But I don't know, and neither do you. So, if we don't know all the details, we can't make too many assumptions. And I think that's what a lot of people have a tendency to do, myself included, FYI. I'm not dogging on either of you. This is not a big deal, but I mean, I think the context of how it started is irrelevant. The substance of what was said is the core problem. I don't think that throwing out context is wise ever. If that's something you disagree with, totally fine. But I think you have to have context in order for anything to make sense. And to throw out context just doesn't seem like it makes much sense to me. But I'll just say this, very simply put. The one thing that I will say I had an issue with, without any context, is that they both kept talking over Zelensky. Both Vance and President Trump. They both needed to not do that. That was completely immature, very inappropriate. Allow the man to speak. If you disagree with him, that's okay. But allow the man to speak. That was something that I really did have an issue with. It was something when I was watching, I'm like, really? Just stop. Let him speak. You're making yourselves look dumb. Even if at the end of his statement you disagree with him, share what you disagree with. Quit talking over him, right? That was my only issue with it. So... What's up, AO Clash? Thanks for tuning in over on YouTube, man. Hope you're well. Having a conversation over on Twitch right now. I realize you can't see the chat very well on this scene, so I just wanted to give you some context there. If they let him speak, even the most reactionary people can recognize what he's saying is valid. I don't know that that's and I'll say that's a pretty extreme thing to say. That's just not an extreme. Okay, let me make sure I'm really clear. That's an extremely broad statement and a broad stroke that isn't totally fair. Because calling the right-wing debate strategy, if they let him speak, even the most reactionary people can recognize that what he's saying is valid. That's not always going to be the case. And truthfully, the right, generally speaking, is the one that will actually sit and listen to wild theories and have a real debate. It is not typical of either side to really do that. Does that make sense? It's the same thing that Ben Shapiro does. He just rambles and rambles over people to distract them. Ooh, I completely disagree with that. I think Shapiro is probably one of the sharpest minds we have, and it's not just because I lean right. And I'll be honest with you, it's not something that it's not a hill I'm gonna die on. I'm not a Ben Shapiro fangirl. I just think that to say that he just rambles, I don't believe I've ever seen him do that. He rambles, to be clear. But I don't think he's rambled over people to distract them. I don't think that's correct. Both sides are reactionary because both sides are right wing. Wait, whoa. Hold on. I'm trying to understand what you just said. The American Liberal Party is right wing? You're going to have to help me understand that, because I'm going to be honest with you, unless I'm just ignorant, that sounds like a wild statement. The American Liberal Party couldn't be further from conservative. In any country with a Labor Party, the Liberal Party is center-right. I feel like we're going to start getting into the weeds here. I don't know that I want to get into the weeds on a live stream. I'm going to be honest. And it's okay that we asked the question, by the way. I always try to keep things a bit more general. And as much as I myself am interested in understanding different people's perspectives, in a live stream where people are tuned in to watch gaming and like a journey and that kind of stuff, they don't really tune in for this, right? So it's not that I wouldn't be willing to have the conversation with you, by the way. I just think it might be better suited for an off-stream kind of thing. I hope that's okay. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, let's just kind of table it and move on, because I don't want to have that conversation on a stream where it can be taken completely out of context. Again, because of how passionate I am about context. So, let me get this aim training stuff done here real quick. And I do see there was a couple of chats right as I was starting this, but I realize there's 18 exercises. They're a minute long each. It really shouldn't take me more than a half hour to get through these if I'm just plowing through them. But, we're all just yapping away. Thanks for the new follow over on Twitch, by the way. I appreciate it. I'll address you by name here in a minute when I'm not focused on clicking a people-shaped balloon. There was a couple of disconnects there. Yeah, I'm not a fan so far of that wireless tech from Corsair. I've had the problem with the keyboard where it doesn't really want to fully stay connected. Now the mouse is doing it. I'm like, that's a pretty quick way for me to go, never mind, and just go back to my Logitech peripherals. But we'll see. Because when it's working and the wireless connectivity is good, I like the actual peripherals. But yeah, that connectivity stutter is weird. Avoid the weeds. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to get into that stuff on stream. That's all, guys. Hope you can understand that. Why are you calling me a sleeper cell agent? It's so funny. Ugh. Not related to the current convo, but I was in a game where when you were talking about the 60% keyboard. I switched to a 60% when I built my keyboard, and it's weird not having all my the function keys. But I like it. Yeah, that's fair. All right, here we go. This is another tracking one here, so we'll see how it goes. And some of these, it still feels a little over the top sensitivity-wise. Like it might need to... We took it from 1.2 to 1.0. And honestly, like a 0.9 or a 0.8 may be justifiable here. Like I can adjust to it, but it's still... I feel like I'm like overcorrecting quite a bit. And then when I'm doing the flicks, I'm going too far, which means it's probably too high. I don't know. I will say the larger mouse pad area with a lighter mouse has definitely been a game changer. That feels a lot better. It's a perfect cover for a sleeper cell. There is a particular political Twitch streamer who often gets clipped out of context, so it most definitely is a problem. Yeah. There's one guy who gets clipped out of context quite a bit. I think I know who you're talking about. We can just say it. I'm thinking of Hassan, even though I largely disagree with a lot of his takes. He gets so flamed by the internet because of his like short clips that get taken way out of their context, and that's why I'm such an advocate for context. I don't have to agree with you, but everybody should be should earn the right to have people check the context of any clip they see on the internet. Like I had a little while ago, I was told that I was a Nazi supporter and a white supremacist, all because at the time I had 3 Patreon tiers that all started with the letter K. I support the KKK, clearly. And watch, someone will come by and clip that now and take that out of context. I've just learned you can't fix everything, man. There's gonna be some people that just do everything they can to berate you and try and get you canceled because they don't like your message and they have no life and they're bored. So it's like Rather than pursue something that would actually be beneficial for society, they just become these like keyboard warriors on the internet, and it's crazy. Clipped, JK, fair enough. Yeah, he gets clipped out of context all the time. Yeah, he really does. I agree with that. Even though I don't agree a lot of his takes, I agree that he gets clipped out of context a lot. I changed the page control keys to function keys, so I have F1 to 3 on the side of my keyboard in a vertical line. That's hilarious. That's what the internet is for, to rip people into shreds without having any idea why they're doing it. Exactly. Just blind rage. It's a mob mentality. You guys familiar with the term mob mentality? My grandma and I have talked about that a lot. She's probably one of the most amazing women. I'd love to have her on the stream at some point. It would be really difficult. She's not the most tech savvy. So we'd have to either figure out a way to do like a video call or, you know, because we don't live in the same state, let alone the same city. But she talks about the mob mentality a lot. Whenever I've gone through the stuff I go through, I always call her. She's always got an interesting take. And she's so valid in that. Like the mob mentality is such a real thing where like people get hyper fixated on one thing and someone says, yeah, grab pitchforks and go burn this person at the stake. He's clearly a witch. How do you know? Because he looks like one. You get that reference, make sure you tell me where you got it in the chat. So that's a great movie, and you and I are now best friends if you get that. But it's just crazy because people really do. They get to this point where they're like, you know, I'm going to cancel them because someone else is, and it just becomes this like crazy issue, you know? It's definitely a sense of community problem. I think left or right people who think they have no community tend to go to the extremes, which is where the alt-right fascists and alt-left generally are anarchists come from. You know, I'd actually agree with that statement. That's fair. I think extremes of anything is not a good thing. I'm waiting for day one of teaching my son Zarya to start. That's clear. That's freaking hilarious. Grandmas tend to be very based individuals, true. I agree with that. Obviously, they don't always become fascists or anarchists, but that's the extreme ends. I understand what you were trying to identify there. Monty Python? Yes, sir. Nicely done, Corn Dog. Of course, I know you by your actual first name. I just don't know whether... I can't remember if you've told me not to use it on stream or not, so I try to avoid it just in the event that you've asked me not to. I'm starting to understand why people use arm sleeves, by the way, at least part of it. A lot of friction underneath my forearm right now with the slower sensitivity. Dox that man right now. Let me spit some good game changes for Overwatch. Oh no, not again. It definitely is caused by the epidemic of loneliness that dominates the younger generations, which is why people are so extreme now. Yeah, isolation breeds extremism. 100%. I don't know if that's a quote from somewhere that just came to my head, but like, isolation does breed extremism. That's part of why I'm such a big advocate for the idea that not only should you surround yourself in community, but you need to surround yourself in a community of diverse opinions and thoughts, because at the best case, it's a win-win situation. Because worst case scenario, they talk to you and you still think what you originally thought, but you've had this idea that, okay, you can talk to someone you disagree with, have a conversation, still be friends at the end, and still disagree. It's okay. It's healthy. It's a good thing. Nothing wrong with this. It's part of society. Any good functional society is going to have people that have different opinions, different beliefs, and to think that there is going to be this like Nirvana-esque society is just insane. It's insane, right? Like as a Christian, there's like so many different stances on Christianity even, right? Like I'll pick on my own faith so you guys know that it's not something I'm picking on other people for. There's so many different quote branches or denominations, however you want to put it, of Christianity. And I could go into a whole biblical reason why that exists, but that's not the point of this conversation. I think that I surround myself with people that disagree with some of my core takes on Christianity. I do that because the way I look at it is they're going to talk to me. I'm either going to A, agree with them and shift my perspective, or B, I'm going to disagree, but have more reasons and have a clearer picture of why I disagree by the end of that conversation. Either of those things are an absolute win. Flat out. But you have to be entering these conversations with people you disagree with, what I've always referred to as an educator learner mindset. You are learning from the person, and you are intending to educate and share your stance with the other person. You are not entering this conversation to prove someone right or wrong. It is to learn, it is to educate. And if you decide to change your opinion on something, there is nothing wrong with that. That's healthy, that's life. You should be willing to make changes. You should be willing to grow. You should be willing to learn. If you're not, that you get to the place where a lot of people in this world are, which is where they surround themselves in an echo chamber, and it just validates their wild ideas. I mean, some of the wildest serial killers in this world truly felt valid in what they did. Does that make it valid? Absolutely not. I don't think anybody argues that. But it's because they were isolated, they got to an extreme, no one challenged them at their early infancies of their extremism, and they got to the place where they did. But if you surround yourself with people that will challenge you, actually today, later tonight, I get together with a guys group every single week, and I've asked each of them to challenge me. When I'm doing something stupid, I need somebody to tell me, because I'm going to sometimes be the most ignorant, blind person to the things I'm doing wrong, and I need people in my life that are going to look at me and say, David, you need to get a grip and knock this off. Or in a more loving way, hey, this thing that you're going down the path of, I'm a little worried about you. Now, here's the thing. Does that mean I'm always going to agree with them and change everything? No. But it's that same concept. They bring it up to me. I have a conversation. We have it in love, and it's from an educator-learner mindset. I'm hearing their perspective. They're hearing mine. At the end of it, we can go, we either compromise a bit, or we both stay on our respective opinions, but we respect each other despite the difference. And that is such a big deal. That's such a big deal. We need to get back to that as a society. We need to. It doesn't matter if it's as small as whether or not Doom one-shotting tanks should be a thing. You're right. AO Clash over on Twitch is talking about that right now, for those that are on YouTube. And he's always, I think you're the one that's had that take for a while. That's a wild take, right? But it can be something like that, or it can be something like what we're talking about in the more serious sense of an echo chamber. It's the core, while obviously the application is very different, the core is very much the same. Are you willing to be kind to people you disagree with, despite your disagreement? And I think that's really what it boils down to. I don't think it's more complicated than that. I respect that, Fordo. I don't know that I'll read that out loud, the comment you made about communists, because I know I could very easily get it taken out of context on that one. Nerd Factor over on Twitch said, that's actually really wise of you to say. Echo chambers on social media are a large problem. I think you can take out on social media, if I'm honest with you. Echo chambers can exist regardless of social media. They are just... Social media is the hot topic right now, and I think that a lot of people you can create an echo chamber on social media a lot easier than you can in real life. I think that's the real problem. But echo chambers themselves are the issue. It's not so much that social media is the specific subset of that's the problem, in my opinion. Your name is David. My friend's name is David too. Yeah, I actually, if you look at almost any of my profiles, my name is somewhere, because I don't feel any need to hide it. I'm really careful about not having my address linked anywhere online, and if people can find it and they do something nefarious, I mean, so be it. They're going to find it no matter what at that point. So I feel like having that like real connection is such a big deal. Like right now, I'm literally 12 out of 18 things in right now. This is what I'm talking to you guys about. Live streaming for me is about connecting with you guys. And I think one of the ways that I can connect better with you on a more human level is by using my name and not an online handle. Now, if you use my online handle to refer to me, I don't care. But my point is, by sharing my name with you guys, it helps you connect and realize that I'm not just another content creator on a screen. I'm a person, just like every one of those other content creators, by the way. They are people with real emotions, real lives, real problems, real struggles. And I think that if more people were willing, not necessarily to share their first and last name, I don't think that's the point, but to be this vulnerable, I think that people would be more willing to understand and support creators, and not just financially, but like sharing their stuff, liking their videos, right? I think just that personal connection changes the ballgame. That's my opinion. Corndog Kid, or Blatant, as he gave me permission to start calling him on the stream, that's his first name, over on YouTube said, surrounding yourself with people like that is one of the most important things you can do in your walk with Christ, I believe. Yeah, I agree. If you're going to surround yourself with people that just agree with you, a bunch of yes men and women, you're just creating an echo chamber. That's my point, by the way, too. I think Nerd Factor brought it up. Echo chambers can be created inside of social media, obviously, and very easily, or in real life. They both can happen, and they're both bad. Is Patreon the best platform to support you compared to subs? By a landslide. Yep. And it's not just because of like I get a better cut. I do. It's like 93% that I keep. But you guys get insane value on Patreon. I have packed the Patreon full of value. Like it's crazy. $5 a month, by the way. Same cost as a Twitch sub. It is insane value. And I strongly encourage you, if you are going to financially support me, which I would appreciate, I'm trying to push this thing full time. If you do decide to do that, go check out Patreon before you do anything else. Even if you don't become a patron, that's okay. It's not a thing I'm going to shame you for, because everybody likes to support in different ways, and I respect that. But I think the Patreon is by far the best value. Yes, 100%. It's not easy creating an echo chamber with your Doom takes. Yeah, that is correct. People are going to fight you on that. Most people aren't willing to challenge their own ideas, and a lot of people who step outside their circles of agreement don't do that to challenge their own ideas. They do it to challenge the ideas of others. Right. It's, again, the educator and learner. You have to have both. I think debate bros are the quintessential example of that left or right wing. They just aren't interested in having their minds changed. I don't know if I fully agree with that very last statement, but there's probably a lot of that to a certain point. So you can call me Fordo, or you can just call me Ben, which is my actual name, but most people call me Fordo. I don't mind to call you Ben at all. I'll try and remember that. It's kind of ironic because like you dug at Ben Shapiro a little bit ago, and that'll help me remember, I'm sure. By the way, I'm not like the biggest Ben Shapiro fan. I enjoy some of his stuff. I think some of his takes I align with, but it's not like I'm a huge fangirl or anything. I just like, oh, that's funny. Okay. So I think it'll help me connect and remember that. So, hey, KJ. Did you really? Waiting for it to come through on my end here. It'll probably tell me in a minute. But thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate it. That is very kind of you to be a supporter over on Patreon. Thank you, thank you. One hill I will stand on till the day I die. Doomfist one-shotting tanks. Is that really it? Oh, it was Coach Michael earlier, by the way. If you're still here, I had my notepad where I'm keeping the notes for the video I'm making on aim training. Over that, and I forgot to actually call you out. I remember saying thanks for the follow, but I don't think I actually said your name. So thank you. If you're still here chilling, man, I appreciate it. You know, now that I'm getting used to the mouse a little bit more too, it definitely feels a lot better. I think I need to make a dedicated time to ironing out my in-game sensitivities now, because the mouse is so much lighter. It's literally about half the weight of my previous mouse. Probably needs to be even a little bit slower, if anything, because I can still see the shake, but it's quite a bit less, I will say. Yeah, quite a bit less. No, I think he doesn't think Doom should one-shot tanks, but I think he should one-shot supports and DPS. Either Doom one-shotting tanks or him one-shotting DPS and supports. I think it would need to be a very heavily skill-expressed option. I'm open to the idea of the squishy heroes. I'm not open to it being tanks. Not at all. When you say one-shotting, are you saying his punch? What are you saying specifically? How many aim tasks left? So this is task, I think, this is either 13 or 14 that we're on right now, and there are 18, and they're each a minute long. So we are actually almost done, I promise. And then we're going to look at the blog post, because someone suggested that. It might have been you, actually, KJ. So KJ, I don't, and even like Ben and Blatant, those of you that I know, like different names for you, I always wonder if people will know who I'm talking to, but then I remember I'm like on multiple platforms too, so some people will probably just assume I'm on the other platform, and then they'll see you respond and people will start picking up on it. I always don't really know what to call you. I'd like to start calling people by their first names, but welcome to my brain constantly overthinking the little things that don't actually matter that much. You got a little Parkinson's aim going on today. That's not really telling very good. Oh, I forgot to finish that bubble over there. Yeah, the sensitivity is probably still high, if anything. Yeah, still a little high. What? Why do you want to be one shot? Huh? What are you talking about? You know my real name? No, I don't think I know your real name. Do I know your real name? Is it Khaled? Because I know I've called you Khaled before, but I don't know if that's a real name or not. Because Doom is my favorite tank. That's fair. You know, I think Reinhardt should do 500 damage with his hammer and 600 with his fire strike. Facts, dude. 100%. I mean, I'm here for that. DJ Khaled. It is Khaled? Okay, I knew that on... I don't remember if it was on TikTok or on YouTube. I don't remember which platform you were on that your name came across as Khaled, but... I didn't know if that was just like your actual legal name or just what you went by online, you know? Here in the States, there's that popular artist, DJ Khaled, and people sometimes name themselves after artists online, so. Did I ever tell you guys what my first handle ever was? So I actually had a YouTube channel a while ago. You can look it up, but it won't be there because I deleted all the videos, unfortunately, forever ago. This has been years. Like when I was like a 13-year-old kid, I was creating Minecraft videos, as most of us were trying to be the next, you know, Captain Sparkles in that day and age was the guy to look up to. But it was dawn of vid taking. And I used to do that because my original gamer handle was Dawn of War Freak. And so I kind of modified it and made it a video thing. So yeah, like even my Steam profile I still think has Dawn of War Freak somewhere in there because it's still the original profile. Bro, I remember watching live when DJ Khaled came on stage at the Overwatch League. I didn't even know he did that. That's crazy. Is Ryan good? He can be, yeah. I didn't know he was coming on the stage, and I was shocked that he was. That'd be crazy. Yeah, he's a solid B or A tier tank now, I would agree, especially with that. Your memory is solid. Yes, my first name ever to join your stream was before I became a content creator and changed it to KJA. That's what it was. Because I remember you told me that too. You came in and you told me. So maybe Twitch then. It was just you changed it after. Sponge Heart is my favorite playstyle. I'm sorry, what? No, you have to watch the clips of it. It's so funny. That's crazy. You inspired me to cry content. Yeah, you did tell me this. I do remember now. Now that you're like sharing this a little bit more, I do remember. Nah, dog. Ryan is bad right now. Wait, what? Okay, let's look at, after this, let's look at the blog post, and then let's go look at Overbuff stats for a minute, because I feel like a lot of people will have takes like this, and the stats will just tell you a different story. But I'll be curious to see what the stats say, because the stats say. Apparently, I don't know what I'm going to say. But yeah, I'd be curious to see what the stats say. Oh, the Dayquil brain. I'll be curious to see what it says, because I think Ryan feels okay right now. I feel like he is a solid, like, I would say he's a solid B, like a solid B, upper B tank into lower A, depending on your matchup. And map, obviously. Map's a big thing for Reinhardt because he has 0 vertical mobility. By the way, you guys will be seeing a lot of Zarya today, and it's not because I want to one-trick Zarya again, it's because I want to get my fundamentals back. So, Just soaking up all the damage with Ryan is fun and pain. True. I'd like to consider myself an OG with this journey, going all the way back to Holy BAP. No, you definitely are one of the OGs. There's zero denying that. You don't need to consider yourself that. You are that. Like, you are easily in the first, like, I would say in the first 50, maybe even first 20 viewers I had from the beginning. So, do you have a favorite game of all time? Me? Halo. Halo 2 specifically. Dual wielding is goated. I think I see my Brindley. Brindley? Is that you? Oh, did you find a movie? Do you want to come say hi? You want to come here and say hi? Oh. Ah, I see. She's showing me the movie she found. This was in the van for some reason, but it doesn't have the DVD in it, so we're going to figure that out. You want to come here? Ah. Hi, baby. What you got? What is that? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's doctor stuff. Okay. You say hello. Mwah. Your hair is crazy. Crazy hair. Oh, do you want your movie back, or you wanted to stay with Dad for a second? Oh, you're wanting to stay with Dad for a second. Okay, we can hang out for a second. Perks are fun, awesome, refreshing, but please nerf Torb. So many bad DPS players go from 007 on any DPS to carrying on Torb in my experience so far. Tank is rough a little right now. I'll be honest, my games have been really rough lately, yeah. I've seen some different takes, though. I think a lot of people are under the impression that the rank reset has caused a big problem. But it was a good idea, I think. As someone with 3,500 hours on Reinhardt, holy cow. I don't even have that many hours in the game. I think if you have more than 80% of your damage on as mitigation in most matchup, you're low-key trolling. True. Yeah, holding up your shield isn't as important as people think it is. Bonus movie, yeah, there's a few of them. Crazy Raccoon has been playing Hazard Sim Torb. Interesting. I believe I have close to 16,000 hours on Overwatch. That is insane. Dude, I've been struggling. Yeah, I think we all have been, and that's okay. It's part of it. Are you babbling? Crazy hair. All right. Well, I gotta get back to finishing my aim training because we got to yap some more. Okay. Yep. You know what? I'll get you your movie. Let me set you down. I'll give you your movie. Here. You sit down right there. Your movie. Yep. Here you go, babe. You go that way. Yep. You're looking at all the characters. Careful of the cables, baby. Don't trip. She almost did anyway. Anyway. Still like 1,800 hours a year. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Jeez. Not just Torb. Watched Overwatch players that fully switched to rivals 2 months ago came back replacement with 0 effort to win. That might be true. I don't know. On the plus side, I've hit an all-time high, Silver 5. Hey, you know what? Fetch your all-time high. Nothing to be ashamed of. About time to head onto Overwatch. Wish me luck. Good luck, champ. It's like 5 hours on the game every day to start the game. Yeah. What does she think about Torb? What does Brindley think about Torb? Hey, Brindley. Do you think Torbjorn is good or bad? She does not care. She is showing me her Sonic movie. All right, here we go. Let's get this wrapped up so we can go yap about the apparent blog post you guys are like asking me about. Wasn't there something else we were going to do? It was the blog post and something else. Check out the Overwatch start thing was the other thing. The Overwatch start thing. Look at stats for Ryan. No. Oh, yeah, overbuffs. That's what it was. Okay, hold on. That was it. That was exactly what I was talking about. I'm going to pull up the webpage so I don't forget. So, overbuff. And then Overwatch blog. I'm going to pull up both those websites so I don't forget. It's Director's Take, I think, is what you're talking about. Okay. That's the most recent thing. It was yesterday, so I'll have to look at that in a minute. Yep, thank you. Yeah, Overwatch stats after blog post. What time is it for me now? Almost 10. All right, guys, one more. Let's get this locked in so we can be done with this part and actually move on. You know, and I don't mind the fact that I'm starting to learn to enjoy not maybe getting to play as much and just really leaning into talking to you guys during the live streams, man. It's so refreshing just to sit here and chill. And especially for like a Saturday morning when I'm not used to being live, right? Like normally I do the live streams now in the afternoons. Doing a morning stream, the only reason we're even doing it is because we had other stuff we were going to do today, but now we aren't. So I had the time to do it this morning. So, because we were going to do there was another minivan we were going to go look at today, but obviously we bought one yesterday. In case you guys missed that, we bought a minivan, which is exciting. It's the first step towards getting out of debt here. We paid for it in cash, and now we got to do a little bit of work to it. And we'll do that work also in cash. I'm going to do a lot of it probably myself, whatever I can do anyway. So. AM or PM? That's 10 AM for me. Oh no, Rach. I just saw your text. I'm sorry. All right. So we got through this. Let's see what our results are for the day. This is new peripherals, some connectivity issues, all that kind of jazz. Let's see what we can figure out real quick here. Pull up Voltaic. And I'll actually give you guys the full screen experience here. Okay, we're going to refresh. 261 out of 300. We probably didn't go up. Did it refresh? Yeah, we didn't go up. Okay. Yeah, everything was kind of rough today because I'm still getting used to the new peripherals, so I'm not too surprised. Today was the first day of Ramadan, and a pleasant surprise with Hope stream right after breaking my fast. Life is good. That's cool, man. Ramadan. You'll have to remind me and forgive me because I'm a little ignorant. Which religion observes that? Because and there may be more than one, but text in the wifey chat. Hang on just a minute. Ramadan? It's Islam. Okay, I didn't know. I knew of the it's not. Is it a holiday? You'll have to, again, forgive my ignorance on the terminology, but not a fasting act. Other religions do that, but the name Ramadan is for Islam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fasting is a thing that a lot of religions observe, but you need me to hold a baby for a minute? Yeah, can you bring him around? I don't want to try and pass him over the stuff. I hate for him to smack his head on something or something. Come here, buddy. You okay? Hello. How's my boy? I have the baby. Okay. It's a month where we stop eating, drinking, smoking from the sunrise to sunset. That's cool. That is really cool. So does that mean that you can do that after? So like you don't just not eat for a month, right? It's to feel the suffering of folks who are poor and struggling. That makes sense. Cassian, what are you doing there? Moving your head around. Oh my. Lots of wiggles today. Lots of wiggles. Oh, Brindley, be careful. Hi, you want to sit up here too? I don't know if I can pick you up as easily because I don't have both of my arms. You want to come here? I hold your hand. We'll look at this in a second, chat. Kids are just getting up this morning. It's been a later start. We have you guys know I'm sick, but I think it's hitting the whole house today. So, joy, sick house, always a fun time. I'm not religious, but I have a lot of friends who are Muslim. I respect the heck out of it. It takes a lot of dedication and resilience. Yeah, there's a lot of like, very rules-based religions that I think. Well, that's how I would phrase it. Forgive me if it seems wrong, but a lot of rules-based religions that you got to give it to them. There's a lot of dedication. Which has better skins, Overwatch 2 or Rivals? I don't know or care really, to be honest. Skins are not my thing. When the sun rises, we stop eating. We see the sun sets. We break it until the sun rises again. Okay. So it's basically the daytime and then into the evening. Right? Just make sure I'm understanding that you're not eating. Baby says hello. And also goodbye. Okay. Let me know if you need something. I can pause. Okay. Rivals if you're a gooner, Overwatch if you're sane. That's hilarious. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and read through this director's take. This is a catch up on their AMA. AMA Ask Me Anything, I assume. Anyway. Khaled. Okay, so I'll just read it here. It doesn't seem holy. Okay, what? Put so much into this. And people tell you that Overwatch isn't being transparent. I think this is literally the definition of. Anyway, let's read through this. Hey everyone, it's been pretty exciting watching all of you trying out the different perks we've introduced to the game. We've seen some pretty amazing plays ranging from mounting Torbjorn's turret to ceilings on Circuit Royale to bouncing Ana's biotic grenade onto unsuspecting opponents in an opening team fight to, my favorite, bunny hopping around a map as Zarya. We can't wait to see what incredible plays you'll make next. Yesterday, lead gameplay designer Alec Dawson, senior producer Kenny Hudson, and associate hero designer Scott Kennedy had an Ask Me Anything on our competitive Overwatch on Reddit. Ooh, I didn't know this. Okay. I wish we could take time to look at them all, but with over 600 questions and comments, the team tried to answer some of the big questions many of you had. Today's director's take will recap their answers, so be sure to check them out, and we'll see you soon for our mid-season update. Thanks, and let's make a great game. Good start. Designing perks. What's the overall design goals, pillars for perks? Okay, I'm gonna skip past questions that I'm not super interested in, because I think there's gonna be some that you'll be interested in, some that I'm gonna be interested in. But I really want to focus on the ones that, like, I'll read the question. If it seems like something I want to read, I'm gonna finish it. If not, I encourage you to go check out the blog post yourself, because it's definitely gonna be a good place to check that out. It looks like this one's quite long. Okay. Wanted to ask how the team decides when to strictly buff an ability versus when to give it a drawback. Stuff like Sombra's lockout duration increasing but decreasing her hack range by 30%, and Mercy's flash heal being tied to res, where using flash heal means you can't res for 15 seconds, and using res means you can't flash heal for 30. But when we see Tracer get all of her blinks back on recall as a massive boost despite no drawback like freezing her blink cooldown or increasing her recall cooldown. Do you see yourselves introducing drawbacks to more perks, or reducing existing ones to shake up under or overperforming perks? It's a really well phrased question. When first ideating on perks, the team included more perks that had a strong benefit but a drawback. It was found that in some situations it could feel worse to play a perk even if the benefit was strong. This can be seen currently with Samba's major, Stack Overflow. We wanted to give players an option to be able to increase the lockout duration to secure more kills, but reduce the range to make it riskier. We've received a lot of feedback that this perk doesn't feel good to use or play against, so we're planning on making a balance change to help and potentially replace it in the future. They're already working on it, that's cool. We want to avoid situations like these in the future, and in the instance we do have a perk that has a drawback, we want to ensure that the other perk option doesn't also have a drawback so that there's always a beneficial option. Interesting. That is super crazy. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that they're responding already and like being open, talking about stuff. This was a good, clever idea. I'll be honest. The next question, how does the team decide who gets the fun perks like Pharah, Kiriko, Ana, who gets the new ability perks, Bastion, Orisa, Torbjorn, and who just gets number buffs, Reaper, Genji? Are the number buffs just placeholders with plans to get more extreme in the future to match the other heroes? Well, the goal overall is to make the fun perks for every hero. That can be more difficult on certain heroes though, as boosting certain elements of their kits can cause issues. Currently, the number buff perks are some of the perks we like the least and plan on changing a handful of those over time. So in essence, yes, those are placeholders. This initial launch has given us plenty of signal on which perk combinations people find compelling and which ones they don't. I think it's important for us to stay true to our values for minor and major perks. Your minor perks are supposed to be lighter, nice little upgrades. Your major perks are supposed to be transformative. We have some work to hit that goal for all the heroes and offering more transformative major perks. That's cool. This is a good answer. I like this one a lot. Good on you guys. I just saw you guys ranting about Rivals or Marvel in general. That's interesting. I'm sure I could get into a nerdy conversation there. Are there any perks that you've seen a lot of people praise for that you think could potentially incorporate into? I have to reread this one. Are there any perks that you've seen a lot of praise for that you think you could potentially incorporate into the hero's base kit? Interesting question. There aren't any current plans to implement specific perks into hero kits, but there are perks that have helped heroes in ways that could lead to changes in the future. That's an interesting way to phrase that. I think the biggest example of this would be Bastion. The perks have helped to fill in some of the holes in their kit. For example, Armored Artillery makes the ultimate more dynamic. Smart Bomb, helping Bastion's lack of mobility. Wow, I can't speak. Self-repair, aiding survivability issues. A resource limitation is coming in the mid-season patch. Wow, I'm glad they acknowledged that because holy cow, it's been a common complaint that I've seen. These perks have made the hero both better overall, but much more fun to play as well. These were some of the major perks we're trying to accomplish, but I can see us taking some parts of perks and putting them into base kits as heroes change in the future. That's almost like hinting at a rework. I'd be curious to see if they end up doing that. No, it doesn't have a resource meter. It can just keep going. It can just keep going. What were some interesting perks that the team scrapped along the way? We played with a variety of movement perks for heroes that didn't have much mobility. We wanted to see if we could do a movement perk for Torbjorn. Oh no. I think it only lasted a playtest or two, but Torbjorn could launch himself off of his turret by double jumping on it. And the idea was that if you had the sticky turret, you could change the angle of that leap and catapult yourself into the backlines. Maybe we'll come back to that one day. It was certainly silly. Alec, silly is one word. Yeah, that's true. What the heck? Why would they do that? I don't know what you might have done there, Callie, but it didn't show. It might have been in a link or something. But more seriously, what are the developers' favorite perks? Not necessarily the best ones, but their favorites. Thank you for your kind and honest question. I'm sure they had a lot of negativity. I personally had the most fun with Craftsman. If you haven't tried chasing your pinning Reinhardt to give him some armor, it's a lot of fun. Other notable mentions would be Pharah's concussive implosion or Zarya's jump ups. I don't know what Craftsman is. I'd have to look that one up. It's interesting. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier when you said Halo 2 is your favorite. I think it's the second best personally. I think Reach is just a masterpiece. Yeah, Reach has a really good story as well. Please watch this clip after and you will see why they add a resource meter on Bastion self-heal. Oh, okay. Can you link it to me like on Discord or something? Because that link doesn't come through for me on Twitch. I block links in chat. I've had too many people try and self-promote. There's a lot here, guys. There's a lot here. I'm not going to read through all this on stream. Most of the time, they have like really really short ones. This one's long. I'll probably read through it off stream, but this is not an on stream thing. I didn't realize it was gonna be quite that crazy. But going back to the Bastion self heal.
Doing one.
What? I thought he had to stop to heal. He didn't stop that whole time. Oh my gosh. Bro. What? There's no way. That is so insane. Wow. Okay. So, I was curious. We were talking about this earlier. I wanted to look at hero stats. We specifically talked about, and I'd like to keep all roles for the first little bit. I want to do just, well, I don't know if it's going to make it this month as March, so that may not be good. What's up, Wavy Otter? Welcome back, homie. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Please add a meter before I lose it. Yeah, 100%. Where is... Okay, we need to do the roll, though. Diva, Zarya, Junker Queen, Reinhardt. See, I thought Reinhardt was in the upper echelon. His pick rate... Oh, that's not win rate, though. Let's look at win rate. Junker Queen, Zarya. That seems grossly high. Zarya, Ramatra, Wrecking Ball. Zarya getting picked that high and having that much of a win rate is insane. Same with Junker Queen. Reinhardt? Yeah, he's right up there. That's crazy. Mauga's pick rate is finally below 1%. Thank God. Yeah, Ryan is right up there, though. If you look at like pick rates and stuff, and his win rate's over, just, you know, he's at 50%, just a little over. So I would say those Zarya, Junker Queen looking to be the strongest tanks right now across all the ranks. But then people will argue, of course, there is no champion right now, it seems like, in this for some reason. Are not strictly speaking accurate. There's no front end API to calculate these stats. So how are they calculating them? Is it just miscellaneous? I've heard that a lot of people would consider this to be very, very close to accurate. It's not perfect. I believe they're calculated by Overwolf, who owns the site. I mean, it can't be manually done. That would be insane. They'd have to have something going on. Not enough champ players. Most champ players playing GM. True. They calculate them based off their recordings from Outplayed. Could be wrong about that. Okay. I could see that. I don't know. I'd be curious to see how that comes across, because like I mean, because you have the similar thing with rivalstracker.com. And as I understand it, that's pretty accurate too. This is interesting. Because like Grandmaster and above, you still see pretty much a very similar, by the way, Reinhardt, 2%, 52% win rate. It's 1 to 5 days behind. Okay. Good to know. Thank you guys for giving me some more info on that. Helps me understand it better. Yeah, you see a lot of these 3 heroes right now. A lot of people are saying Reinhardt's less than B tier. I don't think that you can make that argument. I really don't. I think that Reinhardt's actually a pretty reasonable, like, high B, low A. And we aren't talking about just pick rate, though. He's got good win rate in conjunction with that for the first time in a while. That's my point, if that makes sense. Because, yeah, pick rate. Yeah, of course he is. He's got a big hammer. Hammer, go swing. Please check Torb. Oh. Ryan? Nah, S tier. Big hammer, go bonk. I'm either bad or he's broken. Okay, we can look. Sorry, I had to pull it back up, but I don't mind to do that. Last season is probably the worst season for him ever. Possibly. I don't know. Okay. Top damage heroes. Top damage heroes by pick and win rate. Cassidy, Genji, Widowmaker, Soldier, and Ashe. And we're going to look for Torb. Where's our boy Torb? He's right there. Torb. Let's make sure we look at competitive. And we're just going to go in the last month on PC. Sorry, console players. He has a 1% pick rate. He has a 60% win rate. Oh my gosh, bro. Holy crap. Dude, just pick Torb, apparently. Holy. That's insane. What I find interesting is Cass has the highest pick rate, but also the lowest win rate. I mean, does he have the lowest win rate? Where's Cass? Oh, yeah, he does have a low. That's really interesting. That is a good point. That's crazy. 60% rate. Holy crap. Is that true in Grandmaster? It's even worse in Grandmaster. Bro. Oh, Torb, dude. Torb is so busted. Jesus. Bro, I'm not over that. That's freaking hilarious. No wonder they're out there literally saying, we need to talk about Torb because that's a problem. 60% win rate? What? Even in GM? That's freaking nuts. That is nuts, my boys. Absolutely insane. All right. Competitive progress. We are 3% of Platinum 5 right now. We lose a game today. We are going towards gold, ladies and gentlemen. It's exciting times. Wavy Otter, thanks so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate it tremendously. Thank you very much for your support, dude. Crazy Raccoon, who are probably the best pro team in the world, play Torb in their main comp. I mean, they have to if he's got that high of a win rate. That's insane. Cade's 880. Why do I feel like I played with him on my team at some point? Esperanca. I'm pretty certain that I have him avoided. Wait. Am I being silly? There we go. I do have him avoided. Oh, this will be interesting. Ekans and Evanescence? Evanescence? Oh, that's interesting. That's cool.
Right, they won't even know what happened.
Oh man, I can't type on this keyboard. All right, give it a second, it'll catch up. Do I have a favorite movie? Favorite movie of all time is definitely Spaceballs. Okay, we're down. Win. Okay, I'm pushing. Oh, there's Zarya is bubbling. Okay, Zarya is still frontlining right now without her supports. Keep holding cover here. Okay, we're down one support. We have a Mercy who's rezzing. Perfect. Uh-oh. Nope. Not my Pharah, you don't. Cade's left the game. Joined the game. Oh no. He's having connectivity issues. That's unfortunate. And I mean that genuinely. I'm not trying to say that just because I should have bubbled her. Oh, that's a nano Zarya. I'm not sure that we can get out of this one. Yeah, we need to die. Nano Zarya, who's high charge. You just kind of accept your fate there. Yeah, that far I should just die at this point. Just have my mercy. Oh. Well, whoops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Rookie mistake there. Change category. Okay, I'll do that after the stream, or after the game. Sorry, completely forgot. I'm supposed to do that over on Twitch. All right, my big focuses for today are taking aggressive angles and really trying not to use my cooldowns as quickly. Okay, we use cooldown to get some extra damage. Holy ultimates! We give space there. Low back there. Okay, there we go. Yep, Venture leaves. Good delay on their part. Oh, bad bubble on my part. I mean, I got some value from it, but I really shouldn't have. There's Zarya is back somewhere. Oh, I'm low. I should not be here. My fault. Should have been paying more attention to my health bar. I am playing a bit like a gold tank right now. It's my bad. All right. I mean, yeah, they may win this one. I'm not sure if there's much I can do. Sensitivity does feel a little high, so we're gonna have to work on that as well. We got a limb there. It was a big one. Okay, she's got a... Huh? Just takes no damage? Help her with a push there. Okay, that was some good bubbling. I'm gonna do an energy lance instead of the spotter. If I had to guess, my bubbles are still really early still. Average energy is still low. Better than it was the last game on Thursday, but... Okay, they're gonna go down. Okay. Cool. Oh, can't do that. Okay. Okay, I'm out with no bubbles. Got forward spawn. Go ahead and bubble that. It still dies for it. Very unfortunate. What are you guys looking at? Why would we put the bubble? Oh, okay. corner as best we can. Okay. Dang it. Yeah, my target priority hasn't been very good either. I'm shooting the tank a lot. Well, I appreciate it, Wavy Otter. I don't want to blame my DPS, so it doesn't really do me any good. That's a kite situation. Get out. Yep. 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 That's just a really good ult set from them. All good. They did good. I returned from making my tea. What kind of tea did you make? Oh, she's low. I needed to go forward there. Yeah, one of you needs to push the card. I should not be the one doing that. Get up on height. Ooh, that was clean. We'll greed that bubble. We'll have one back. They have a lot of ultimates I could turn this fight with. We also have 3 really big ones, though, if we can. Okay, don't use. We use 2 there. Both of our support ults. I don't trust my team not to push the point, by the way. Or to not stop pushing the point. Close. Close game. That was what we needed to see this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That was the game. That was the game. I don't get play? Surely I get play. Classic Zarya grab moment. Not even a good Zarya grab. Oh my gosh, this is play? I had that crazy wipe. What do you mean? It's fine. I'm gonna cope a little bit. Oops, not 2 wins. Pushed the button 1 too many times. Sorry, guys. That didn't count as 2. That was a good game. Hey, I've been drinking really good amounts of water today, so I need to pee. I know you guys want to know these things. That's why I tell you. So give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. That was a good first one. That was a really good first one. I am curious to see if that Cades guy, just for fun, I avoided him for a reason. He was a really bad DPS player in one of my games. I'm wondering if dude's on a loss streak right now. I don't know if he's got a public profile, though. We'll see. Nope. Yeah, this guy he was really bad in my game that I had him in. That's why I avoided him. I was just curious to see if he's just having, like, a bad streak or if he was, like, just truly, like, not as good as he got placed kind of thing. Bruh, Master, hello. What? What are you saying? Check my notifications here for a second. He's not wrong. Your head is kind of shaped well. What is... Very asymmetrical. I don't know what to make of this conversation right now. Okay. I'll take it as a compliment either way, but I was just like, what is happening? I've never had someone come into my chat. The first thing they say is, bro, I like your head. It's very asymmetrical. I'm like, should I be concerned? Am I about to be kidnapped? Like, what is happening? Twitch chat's kind of getting odd. Hey, you know what? I'm here for odd.
I'm here to support you, but you have to put in the work.
At least not yet. I don't have to worry about being kidnapped yet. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I appreciate the yet denotation there to be aware that it's going to happen. Okay, so we have a Pharah who can only be healed by one of our two supports. This will be an interesting situation to deal with. Oh, Junkrat. Go back to my supports. We take space, but I don't have bubbles, so we have to play the corner. I have bubbles, I'm taking the corner. I have no bubbles. Okay, let's not charge the block. Okay, Doom is gone with the wind. Okay, we got cover, we have a bubble. Okay, we got getting shot at here. Just gonna steamroll for fun at this point. Okay, stop shooting, bad bubble. Really not the greatest grab, but I got a pick secured. Their Doom is kind of selling, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't throw a bubble their way. Okay, they have Valk up. Okay. I'm dead. That was a good play by the Doom. They don't have their res, and they don't have part of their damage, we should be able to turn that. As long as we don't stagger. And Junkrat's dead. I'm gonna go for the squishy targets that are on their own right now. No. Man. Alright, my fault. My Twitch profile looks like a UFC poster. I appreciate that. How it is living in an American city. You feel like you're blessed to live in Melbourne, Australia. I'm glad that you're excited to live where you live, man. Come on down. Probably has copy. No, that's my point. You don't get to have that. You don't get to copy me and then try and take my point. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Good to see you back in the chat, man. It has been forever. I'm doing really well. How are you? No worries, Bramaster. I feel like if going to the other end of the city, I can just get on a train and get there like an hour for basically next to nothing. Then I can get on a tram to get where the trains don't go, and a bus to get where the trams don't go. So you like the public transportation life, right? Go for a poop. Good, my ankle's broken right now. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. That was way too close. He let his mercy die. My charge is not good too. My bubbles have not been great. Why did we rally? That was an interesting rally from our brig.
Give them hell.
They just keep shooting the choke. I'm gonna take the extra charge. I mean, he just fed his brains out. Big. Oh, I am dead as I'm out on the side of my supports. Nice. The only complaints I have is that our police kind of suck, but most do. We don't really have affordable housing, but we even still we have the cheapest in the country. There you go. Like, sure, we get taxed kind of out the butt, but our taxes aren't spent on our good. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, subjective. I'm sure there's people who would disagree with you, but generally I'm with you on that. I see what you're saying. Well, maybe we're going to make up for the crazy loss streak now that I'm really focused on actually playing well. Maybe that'll happen today, you know? Text the wife real quick. I know a way to get the diamond. Bastion. Dude, Bastion? Holy cow. You know, New Queen Street, unironically may actually be a good Sigma map. You could get away with Zarya. I'm gonna play Zarya. Keep things consistent. Oh, geez, yeah, Calamaris. You know, someone told me that earlier, and I completely forgot to change it like twice now. So glad someone said it again, because I'm terrible about that, to be honest. Thank you. That should update here in a second. Appreciate it. Do you stack? I don't. Nope. I intentionally solo queue so that I'm the common denominator in my losses, so that I truly don't have anybody to blame but myself. You're gonna have bad days, and there are gonna be bad matchmaking days, but like, fundamentally, you can always improve, so. I get that, Fordo, for sure.
A pleasure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, I had to lock the phone there. Yeah, I was playing with a team. I actually left that team since then. They have a Bastion. Ooh, this is going to be a really hard Zarya matchup. Yeah, that Bastion turret. Let our Tracer get aggressive. Someone left already. Crazy. Okay, what the heck? I already acknowledged my timer. What the heck? There we go. That is crazy that they left that fast. Maybe they never connected. I wasn't paying attention. I remember before you were playing with the team. Yeah, I played with Hopium for quite a while, and they're still scrimming. They're still a team. I stepped away. It made more sense, I think, just for me. And there was I don't have any issues with any of them personally. I just feel like for whatever reason, I wasn't able to earn the same respect as another player who was doing really well with that. So I wanted to make sure I gave him the best chances at success. And I truly mean that. Like it wasn't like a personal issue with any of them. A couple of them I still game with, and we're still friends. So.
Why seek answers when we do not know the question?
I'm a little surprised we both went the vigilante route.
What can I say? We've got good sense.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. I believe the way our taxes work is you aren't taxed at all up to 1,800 Australian dollars. Then everything between 18.2 and 45, you're taxed 16 cents for every dollar, so 16%. Okay. And that's 30 cents over. Okay. Yeah, so you're hit pretty hard for not making a lot, or for making more money there. That's probably why a lot of businesses haven't gone there. If I had to guess. I know I need to switch scenes, actually. I just realized my bad. Okay, low. Good rock from him, yep. Gun hacked. Okay, our Mercy's down. Okay, we might need the back. We're a little bit too. Knocked her out. Dang it. Okay, we gotta come out of there. Dumping a lot of ultimates, and they have a lost fight here. See if we can help her. So Dorn's getting harassed here. Set back up top here. My Sigma feels world class right now. This is really good. The Sombra doesn't even go for it. We just have to have 1 or 2 really good fights and we'll be good.
0-0. Switching sides.
Let's see. It's also a city expressly designed against tourism. Interesting. And more for the people that live here. Yeah. Because also, yes, most big businesses base themselves out of Sydney because A, lower taxes, and B, Sydney consumes more cocaine per capita. Holy cow. We are also the most gambling country on the planet. Fun fact, we have 1 slot machine per 120 people. That's crazy. I'm not trying to hate, but I'm not sure how you expect people to follow your journey and believe your commitment when you frequently swap between leaving Overwatch and come back to it. Kajova, that's not a hateful comment, but I don't think it's an informed comment. Can I inform you, or are you willing to hear it? Do I play with viewers? I don't. I do play with my patrons every 2 weeks, but because my focus is on getting better, I actually solo queue explicitly beyond that. I'm happy. And Kajova, I don't think that you're having a bad thought. I just think that there's a misconception from the community. Inform you? I did it once. That's the short version. Just like Fordo said, I literally left Overwatch 1 time, and it was for 2 weeks. And I've already eaten the crow to acknowledge that I left the game. And it was the reason that I left the game originally. I don't actually regret, by the way. The reason I left was because the game just I didn't think they were going to update their game anymore. It felt like they were just kind of giving up on it. And for that reason alone, I decided to do something different. Getting absolutely beamed. Okay. This is a bad use of grass. We'll see if we can try and block off our team. They give up the high ground. Yeah, that's just... Okay. Well, that's fine. We can play Zarya. You know what I mean? And Kajova, I don't think that your question is a wrong question at all. Because if that were true, that's absolutely a valid take. It's a very valid take at that point, right? Like, how do you expect people to commit to your journey if you're not yourself committed, is essentially the question. They are down in support pretty heavily right now, so if we can just burn this Zarya. Okay, I did not get where I wanted to go. We're going to go ahead and just get the charge. I'm down bubbles. We need to get high ground. Why can't I... Okay, cover. Cool. I didn't see everything you'd said. All I saw is you saying you definitely won't leave Overwatch, then you leave Overwatch, then you come back to Overwatch. Totally fair. Like, that's... And again, just to be so clear, I'm all for constructive criticism. And I think that you're providing it, so thank you. So definitely understand that I am certainly not upset with the question at all. It took me a second to kind of digest it, but as soon as I realized that you were just asking a legit question, it wasn't toxic. I really appreciate that. It's something that I value highly. So we actually talked about this expected. That actually does make sense. That's actually something we talked about at the beginning of the stream today. I'm going to take a quick little like 2 or 3 minute break. We've had a couple of really good heaters here, and I want to make sure I don't get to my head. So yeah, but you're right. Improvement journeys aren't necessarily linear. And also for me, I really did think when I made the video, when I made that video acknowledging that I was walking away from Overwatch, I really did think that I was done. I didn't just make that video for fun. It wasn't just for rage bait. It wasn't just for views. It was truly just, I thought that I was done, and it wasn't fun anymore. Like I was dreading going live. I was dreading making content, and content's what's funding me to have the time to invest in getting better. So I was like, if I can't do the content, then it's not going to work long term. And if they aren't seeming to be improving the game at all, even with competition now, because Rivals had come out, I'm like, I got to quit being the poster child and move on. So I did. And then they released, obviously, everything they released with the spotlight as announcements go. And then, of course, the actual things they changed to the game itself. And it was like, wow, okay, I was wrong. I have to own that. I got to own that I was wrong and that they weren't done. That I thought they were. It sure seemed like it, but I was wrong. And I had to acknowledge that. And I still acknowledge that. Totally cool to be wrong. I think that that's something that a lot of people need to be better familiar with, is the idea that being wrong is okay. So I think it's time to stand here. Hang on. Do I have any plans to play in the tournament mode when it comes out? Are you talking like the Face It stuff, or is there a different tournament mode that I'm not as familiar with? I'll be honest, one of my biggest areas of weakness when it comes to content is that I'm really bad about keeping up with the things that primarily change the game. Something I probably need to do better with. I have to find ways to like get notifications or something though, because I'm not just going to go scour websites. So I don't know how everybody does that better. But do I have any plans to play in the tournament mode in Rivals? No. I don't. Rivals, for me, while I'm still playing competitive in Rivals to me is not as seriously competitive as Overwatch is. And I don't think there's really much arguing that. Rivals is in a place right now where, and it may change as people learn the game. I suspect it will change as people learn the game. But right now, it just doesn't feel very competitive. It feels very casual with some balancing, and I'm not. It's not my thing. I enjoy it though. I enjoy the game itself. I enjoy the fact that it feels more casual. That seems to be what their developers have openly said. That they don't actually want to create a competitive environment. They just want it to be for more casual players. So I don't know. I did just remember my wife asked me to bring her. At the end of that game, she asked me if I would bring her some water and ibuprofen. She's not feeling super great. Let me go take care of my bride. I'll be right back, and I'll see you guys it should only be a couple minutes. Be right back. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I ended up just deciding to go ahead and pee while I was gone. That way, hopefully, we don't have to take another break before the end of stream. I feel like I've taken a lot of breaks today. Get the loading scene pulled up here. What's up, Bennett and Mango? Hello. We're planning out the guys' night stuff today, chat, so I gotta make sure I'm participating there. All right, Samoa. It's a Zarya map all day long for me. Dude, this sit-stand desk was already one of the best investments I could have made. Sure that my chair's a little further back here. There we go. That way I have a little more room. And yes, I know I'm on the small scene right now. I'll try to remember. You're still on your B.R.B scene? No, I'm on the loading scene. It just looks very similar. The only thing that changes is the word right here. How's it been going so far today? I mean, we're 3-0, so I feel like I'm playing pretty well. Had a couple of moments where I'm like, yep, could have done that better. But I'm getting used to some new peripherals and yeah, just trying to lock it in here. It's been good so far. Okay, so we have 45. There. What is happening right now? Okay, I'm too low. Yeah, you come over here and see if I can help my Mercy get out. Where are my supports? Still have my bubble up, we're okay. I'm shooting the tank a lot, I need to be looking for better targets. I'm using my bubbles too early. Dude, he's isolated, why are we not killing him? We call it a divide and conquer right there. Okay. It's good, old man. Hey, what's up, Jebby? Good to see you, man. You looking to queue or what, bro? Yeah, I'll just greed that bubble. I'll have another one. Nice. Not much I could do there. There is no way bro just did that. Oh, I can't type. This is one where you don't need the bubble jump. No, I agree. Definitely not. Why don't you turn it to full screen straight away? Is there a reason you put a delay on it? Yeah, it just makes it to where, like, in between games we're usually just chatting. So let me go touch the point. Okay. My bubbles are not great. Oh my gosh, you guys are going into a closed area. What are you doing? No way. Good play, Junkrat. Mercy can't res, she'll die. Good play on her part. Or on the Junkrat's part, that is. I'm gonna try and get there. Oh, she nanoed. They got one. They got two. The nano may have just saved the game. Okay, we chased him out. He's got beat. Ooh, close round. Big nano. That was literally saved by our Ana there. You seem super confident and are playing so aggressive. Let's go. I told you guys I was done. I was done losing. I needed to figure it out on Wednesday, but Thursday I think it was. But I figured it out, man. How are you, Mistaken? Good to see you. If you had a bubble, you win that. Don't give it away if you're in danger. Yeah, I need to work on that. I know this is weird to say, but what size would your skin be? Wait, what? No, bro, hold on. Hold on. This is the same guy that was wondering if my head looked perfect. I'm like, wait. Level discipline is commendable. Thank you. I'm working on it. Okay, so go ahead and get a bubble. There we go. We now have one down. Get the tracer. We got that. We forced out a recall. Where's this Winston? He's playing havoc on my team. Already burned Winston bubble. A little too far forward. We're gonna back up. That was a bad bubble. I mistimed that a bit. Out. getting off-angled here. We're in both bat cooldowns. They've got to have a bunch of ultis by now. Yeah, I'm starting to feel this back. Don't you hate that mistaken? You watch someone play the game and you're like, I want to play it now. Secondary is free. Melee is worse DPS, so it has to finish. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, we're gonna fly right back into platinum here. No, for real, I'm about to get on. My duo has summoned me to get on. You've been summoned. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's getting a little late. It's like 4 a.m. Holy cow. It's always okay to secondary fire? Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. But if you melee and don't kill, your DPS is lower. So DPS should only be the finish, is what you're saying, right? Honestly, watching this is making me realize my biggest issue with my own gameplay is overcommitting on kills I can't confirm safely. That's somewhere I struggle too. It's just burst damage for a combo finisher. I think that's what I was saying too. Okay. Not to be offensive, but pickle. Oh, I'm so offended. I want to rank up so bad. I've been struggling to get through gold, even though I can predict most enemy ults and have very good KDs as Ana. I have a few bad habits, though. Yeah, and it's just a matter of getting those bad habits out of the way, and you will eventually, by the nature of the fact that you've improved, you'll rank up. That's just how it goes. How are the games? Chebby, they're good. We've had one expected win out of the 4, so, and all 4 of them. I even played Sigma on one of them. I think I played Zarya for the last little bit of, it was Junkertown because they swapped Zarya, and I was like, you know what, fine. But yeah, vast majority was Sigma. Vast majority by far. So yeah, I think my aggression's looking a lot better. My cooldown management's looking a lot better. So I'm happy with that. Like, truly happy with that. It's a really good start. Tan main real? Tank main? Or wait, is that what you were trying to say? Was tank main? You might have been trying to say that. I don't know. As a Lucio main, the enemy backline is irresistible. I had a teammate that we used to tease about that. If the enemy team had a Widow, we just knew we were down to support. Dude, I would definitely be playing with you right now, but I have work in 40 minutes. All good, bro. All good. If I could bring you in, I would, but you gotta work, bro. You got that W-O Megalol RK, bro. If you trade out Final Blows, Deaths as support, and you're not on Alari, you'll rank up. Interesting. That was me on my previous team. Yeah. Excuse me. Best part about being a tank main is the short Q times. Facts only. I heard Lucio's troll because of knockback. Lucio's a great support. There's a lot of different play styles to play. He can fit pretty diversely. That's a good word for it. Pretty diversely into pretty much any composition he's thrown into. He's a very dynamic hero, but he's also got a really high skill floor, so you're not going to get a lot of value out of him early. It'll take you a little bit of a learning curve to get good value. At least that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I'm a plat player. What do I know? You go full screen the game? Yeah. Don't worry. I just do this for the middle point. Just kind of talking. What do we got? Alari. Play a little aggressive. We get back around the corner here. Don't want to expose my team as much as I can avoid it. Okay. Yeah, the soldier's getting a flank right now. That is not good. We need to get out. Yep, soldier has high ground. I can't do anything to contest that. This may actually not be the best Zarya map. I'm also not holding angles really well. See if we can get this, burn the Sigma here. Nope, had to reload. Okay, let's borrow the corner here. Okay, they got the soldier off height. Now they have to get the Ashe off height. Okay, we got a support pick. Oh boy, I'm cut off for my supports. I need to leave. We have an Alari pylon I can use. Come back around. Get back over to here. Can we get up there this way? Nope. Okay. They got a res. Now if they go back up to those high grounds, chat, we can actually do something about it. Oh, Brinley, don't let her come back here right now. Honey, there's a cable. Okay. I don't want her to get hurt, that's all. I don't mind her coming back, but that's my fault for not putting the gate back up this morning, honey. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we're a little low. We cleanse. Okay, Bob's going to point. I'm not sure how much I can really do to help. Bob is nanoed. We're going to just have to try and hold LOS. Got some very isolated targets back here. Yeah, it was a bad bubble use. Come back. They're down a bubble as well. They're down both bubbles. We go forward. We forced out cleanse. We come back around. I have bubbles again. To you, what is the perfect team? Like composition? Okay, that's a bubble I put up some charge on. Don't want to leave them vulnerable to. I'm watching that soldier up top there. What you doing there, bud? You got you in my what? Huh? Got you in my what? What was it? Huh? I am being nice. That was nice. That grab was magical. It was chef's kiss. My Alari's follow-up on it though, that was gorgeous. All right, jealous of your standing desk, dude. It's good. Once you get the bubble jump perk, you can hold the other side. I did have the bubble jump perk. I didn't. He was the only one going over there, and I didn't want to. My thought was I didn't want to let 4 people in to go to prevent one off angle. But if he had become a big pressure problem, I would have gone to that other side. Characters in their role, I would say I really enjoy just whoever. I enjoy people playing whoever they enjoy playing the most because they're going to play that the best, typically speaking. Lets you set up a crossfire. Yes, that's true. But on tank, you got to hold the main space, right? I would think. And there's different ways to do that. But if they're all going up there, yeah, I need to go plug the choke. But if they're mostly here, like 4 of them, including their tank, were right here. I was worried that if I went up there, I would let them in. If you had to pick a favorite team composition, what would you pick? I really enjoy playing a Zarya Brawl. I know that's going to surprise a lot of you because I never play Zarya, but... Okay, got a nice little bit of charge there. Where are we shooting at? We're shooting it behind me, okay. Okay, we come back around. We're down one. Come back around. Okay. Yep, it's not my fault my team can't hold cover. We're going to back up a little bit. Nope, we don't need to. Okay. Oh, almost. Okay, they life grip her out. Bro. What are we doing? Get in front of my teammate here, help out. They don't have a mercy, so they're down one. There we go. One flank. Good sleep dart from the Ana. Burn Bob. For tank, I'd go Orisa. She isn't that hard, and you can learn your cycle your abilities well. Oh, wait. Oh. You're talking about a hero for newbies? I mean, I could see Orisa being good value. Low skill for. I felt really good. These games are looking a lot better, I gotta say. Back to Platinum 4. We love to see it. I was on a loss streak the other day. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I know exactly what the problem was. We talked about it a little bit then. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more right now while I go ahead and update the rank on the other scene. Here's what I'm noticing. My mental slips, so does my gameplay. What I noticed when we did the VOD review at the end of the last stream is I noticed I was making a lot of the dumb mistakes I've made in the past. And I was like, okay, I can't be reverting. We aren't doing this. I'm going to fix those habits. So today I was fixing those. Those habits, so that I'm specific, were not taking space when I had plenty of health and resources to do it. And the other issue is I would start to take space when I didn't have the resources, and my resources would be gone because I was using them too early. My bubbles would be gone because I used them too early. I had low charge because I was using them too early. And we've played a game on Sigma, and it translates across to Sigma, obviously, as well. Because the fundamental problem is not a bubble. It's I'm using my cooldowns too early and not getting enough value from them. And I'm not, by extension, using my health bar as a better resource. And so I'm really, like, focused on that. Like, I'm really, truly trying to focus on getting that in a better place to where it actually starts to function in a way that makes sense. Yes, dear. Check my phone. Okay, yeah, I got you, honey. Give me just a second, okay? Is it time pressing or can it take 30 seconds? Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't ask, didn't want to assume. I will also say the mouse unironically is making me feel a lot more confident. I don't know if it's, I'm not saying that to like, I'm not trying to glaze Corsair right now, okay? But was just pointing it out. What's up, Forcule? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate it. I think there are many better tank picks right now, but she's strong in low ranks for sure. Sorry, but I know nothing of this game because my laptop can't run it. Hopefully I can play in the near future. Yeah, 100%. Is it a wireless mouse? Yes, it is. You hear Youngling in the background? Yes, both of my Younglings are in the background. So I have The text, is that what your face is about? I thought that was what was going on, but I can adapt. We're good. I had the Corsair Qatar, not sure how you say it yet. I got that. I also went and got a 60% keyboard for the first time in my life. Pretty cool. Little wireless one. It's a K70 from Corsair as well. So solid combo for sure. Let's get this last tank game in, see if we can end on a loss that's worth reviewing. Or a win. I'm good with that too. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of subjectivity to it, guys. If you're ever curious about strong heroes, my personal opinion, look at the data. You can ask people's opinions, but if you look at a high pick rate, high win rate hero, the one that has the highest pick and win rate is going to be the objectively best hero, and you can actually iron it out by your rank. So if you're bronze, silver, gold, it changes a little bit, but largely speaking, it kind of carries throughout the ranks. Like, for instance, earlier we reviewed it today, and we looked at Reinhardt and Torb. Torb has like a 60%. He has a 60% win rate. And it's also different when we talk about ranked pro scene. Oh, well, for sure, but I don't think anybody here is talking about pro scene as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware. I don't think that's a thing. Torb is so good because he can melt tanks. Torb is just really good right now. All right. Let's lock it in. Went the long way around. Oh, my team went a whole different direction. I have dropped the ball. This is on me. I went the wrong way because I was not paying attention. See if we can get in here and... Yep. She's rezzing, good res. Now we're still down one. Okay. Getting pummeled right now. We're gonna come back. No way. Still have bubbles. We forced out Reaper Wraith. We are way too low to be staying forward right now. Get rid of this chick. Okay, I don't have any bubbles, so we're just gonna have to play this a little bit more with my health pool. We have a Zen. Burn through the shield. We have a support down. Where's the Zen? Okay, we got the Zen. He's probably got ult, but he's playing. Don't have bubbles. Okay. Yeah, it was my fault for going the wrong direction that first time around. Perfect. Got a bunch of charge from that. We are down right now. I'm gonna try and grab that Mercy. I missed completely. I whiffed. My fault. Yep, I threw that fight. Insane airball. Hey, let's listen. How y'all dying to the nerfed Sombra? How many heroes have been added since the release of Overwatch 2? I haven't played before, just the first one. I don't actually know the answer to that question. I about went the wrong way again. He said get rid of this chick when he killed someone, caught me off target. Oh my gosh. Threw a bubble. Okay, where's all my team? I got Soldier over there. I got Mercy completely isolated. Okay. Okay, Soldier, buddy. Okay. Tideworks, thanks so much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Okay. We need to sustain here for a minute. I'm not really too sure what's going on. Okay, their Reaper's out of the fight for a minute. Their supports. Ain't no way. Yeah, I haven't been able to cap. I don't think we can cap this. What the heck did that Mercy just go? Bro. Okay. Oh, no way. Okay. Bad ult on my part. Lever's unfortunate. You can't really do anything about it. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Mistaken, are you talking about me right now or chat? Because I was talking about the game, but I'm not sure what's going on. I turned over and there's something that happened. I'm not too sure what happened. Shouldn't have bubbled myself there. I'll have to message Kate later. Not too sure what she meant. I gave up a lot of space there. Oh, okay. Now I gotta pick. Do I play standing? Not always. Just depends. Today's been my first day with a standing desk, so by definition, it is what it is, you know? By the way, I am gonna report that person after this game. I always report levers. Such a shady thing to do. Here, what do we have? We have our Ana, Soldier. We forced out. No, you don't. Watching for her to go for res, which she will. Should be able to hold this without ult. Nice. When someone says you have a better gaming chair, then hit him with then hit him then him, what are you gonna respond with? I'm standing. What chair? I don't know.
Everyone on me. We need to attack the objective.
I'm working. Do I main Zarya? I do, yeah. Zarya, Sigma, Diva, or what my main 3 heroes are.
Over there.
Nobody get out. What are you doing? Ana. Bro, I know our poor Ana is not just healing the CPS that are in the back line getting barely touched.
Hostile spotted.
Okay.
Can't go inside.
Not really her fault.
Enemies left here. I'm on fire. I need to attack the objective. Hostile spotted.
Okay, we have my ult. I need to use it. What do they have? We need to get their Transcendence out first, though, or it's not going to work. Thanks for the charge. Come on, guys. Shouldn't have to be there to carry you. Unfortunate. What does punching the railing do to benefit you? Takes out your aggression. No, it clears obstacles. You can't walk through them like you can in Rivals. So you need to clear those out of your way because they are physical obstacles. Our soldier's going to stagger himself. Okay, we got Transcendence out. I have to go touch. He's got ult. Yeah, it's just GG. That was a close game regardless of the lever. I don't mind having a lever. Those games, you lose them and you move on. Nothing you can do about it. Somebody who leaves the game.
Play of the game.
I will definitely commend our other support, though. They did a good job trying. I'm definitely not endorsing this guy. This guy I'm avoiding. He's running it down. Gamer, what's your strongest and weakest tank in your hero pool? Strongest is Zarya, by far. I'd say Doomfist or Wrecking Ball is probably my weakest. Levers actually suck? Yeah, they do. But that's okay. I mean, they're never going to rank up. They keep leaving games. It's okay. I'll outpace them. So, we lost that game. You know what we could do with that instead of queuing up for another one? We've had 5 games today. I think that's pretty good. Why don't we do a quick review? Not a very long review, but a quick VOD review. And we'll go over that game because I think that one's a good one. Because a lot of people would say, you can't get any value from reviewing that. Yeah, you can. There's still plenty of things I could have probably done better. Yes, you could sit here and go, look at our other support. Look at this guy. Well, I mean, we're 4v5, right? I mean, you got to give somebody some credit here, right? But I'm going to review my gameplay. And we're going to look and see what I could have done better. The things I've been working on. Playing more aggressively when I have more value. And by value, I don't actually... Let's see. How do I open this? There we go. By value, I mean resources. Do I have the resources to go in? Great, go. Don't hesitate, just go. Learn from the mistakes you make while you get there. But if you never go, you're never gonna learn. Oh yeah, he was 11 and 12. He was just running it down. Why would you VOD review a 4v5? Because you can still learn something from it. There's still value. Because I can either sit here and say, wah, someone left, and I don't get any value from it, and I'm just whining and being a little baby about it. Or I can actually say, okay, what can I glean from that? I can look at what I've been trying to work on and see if after the lever, if I was still doing that, or if I allowed that to hit my mental and it spun me out, which I bet you happened. So, by the way, Tideworks, I'm not sure that I ever said thank you for your follow. I really do appreciate it. In case I didn't say it, I'd rather say it twice than not at all. So, let's look through here. Still, did it leave the 20-second? Yes. What the heck? Okay. Okay, I started off wrong here. We're actually going to 2x speed this. We're going to be looking for my bubbles and when I play aggressively. Like right now, I probably could be going. Okay, so far, I've got a lot of resources. I don't know that I'm making like bad, like I'm not being aggressive enough. I'm not looking at the right targets right now. Chasing the Sombra around is probably one of my biggest vices this game, if I had to guess. And by the way, the Lever was a Mercy player. Like, what do you want from me, you know? Like, it's just, yeah, can't really do much there. Now, I knew this person had messed up their TP, so I could come in here and kill. So we do. Now, I don't think I need to give up the high ground there, but it's okay. What tank would I say is the tankiest? Reinhardt, zero hesitation. He has the most, like, tank type of kit out of all of them. We get a good pick there. I forgot how the map pathed there. I was thinking there was a door there. I need to go. Okay, so I am still struggling a little bit. I'm not playing very aggressively. So I am now, which is awesome. But I'm giving up a lot of high ground. I'm giving up a lot of position behind me. I let my back line be available to the enemy for the taking. Okay, right now, yeah, get the Sombra if we can. Okay, I get a little distracted. Can't seem to find her, so we go for the Ramatra here. This is a much better play. This is really good. This looks good. Hi, sweetheart. This is good. Fortnite zero build? Nah, I'm not interested in Fortnite. Appreciate the offer, though. Oh, you meant between Zarya, Zarya, Sigma, D.Va in that order as far as strongest to weakest, by the way. Zero build is fun? I'm sure it is. Hey, beautiful. Okay, our Mercy was in a really big pickle, and this is the Mercy that left the game early, by the way. She's literally TPing over that direction. Airball. We can all laugh. Point and laugh. Everybody point and laugh. Ha ha. Gaiman doesn't know how to use his ult. Ha ha. Everybody point and laugh. Gaiman doesn't know how to use his ult. I'm the worst. She's not going to laugh because it hurts her throat right now. Everybody's sick. Can you tell? It's just a zero energy look. Although, that also is just because we have 3 children. It's okay to point and laugh. You have to laugh at yourself, man. When you make mistakes like that, it's just kind of like, it happens, you know? So I think for me, a lot of what I'm seeing is, generally speaking, up to this point, I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. Here, they make a really good play. They have Valkyrie. They use Reaper's ultimate, and everything just falls apart. Now, they won that point because I screwed up my pathing in the very beginning. I guarantee you, I'm there with my team and went with them in the beginning. We win that point. Zero hesitation. Zero hesitation. So, yep. Our staggering soldier and our lever Mercy. It's a good time. I almost went the wrong way again. Let's just not talk about it. Healer leaves is shameless. A healer on Mercy leaving is shameless. Yep, and look, they just dove right in. It is okay. Again, what are you gonna do, right? You can't blame them. What? You kissed him. Oh, why? Chapstick, gross. Any other fellow chapstick haters out there? I do not like the feeling of chapstick at all. I also don't really have that dry of lips very commonly, though, so I'm fortunate enough that I don't really have to deal with this. Right now, I need to be pushing past the Ramatra before he ults there. We got 2 big ults out. Yep, tried my best. I realized I couldn't really do anything with that. We forced that ultimate out. I have no... Where did that Mercy go? Hold on. I do remember that. Where? So when we see the Mercy, she goes across. Did she float behind me? Yep, right there. She disappeared behind my gun. She, like, the gun covered her and she flew off my right. That's crazy. That's some magician level Mercy plays. Yep. Darn gun, always in the way. All right, I see every chance at redemption. Okay, I'm not doing anything here. Okay. Oh, we had the lever happen right here. I told you that was going to happen. The lever happens, and we now are not focused at all. Yeah, okay. So that's exactly what happened. The Mercy DC'd. No, she was. So that same Mercy was in our chat mocking, like in the in-game chat, the match chat, mocking us for dying to a Sombra, and like sitting here like, how can you lose your 1v1s versus the Sombra right now? She's so bad, and then she left. So it is okay. Yeah, it looked like she DC'd. I could understand that, but no, she definitely DC'd on purpose. I'll say it that way. She disconnected. That is correct. But she definitely did it on purpose as well. Well, listen, ladies and germs, I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. I know this was kind of an abnormal thing for the new schedule. The new schedule, for those of you that don't know it, is Tuesday through Friday, typically from 1:30 to 5 p.m. Central Time. And on Tuesdays, we play Marvel Rivals, and the rest of the week, it's Overwatch. And the streams always start with just chatting for like 15 to 20 minutes. And then I do aim training for roughly 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long it takes. Thank you, sweetie. And then the other thing I do right after that is I actually share the mantra with you guys, and I choose to pray for my community. It's part of my Christian faith. I try not to shove it down your throat in a way that is disrespectful, but please understand that's kind of what you can expect when you come by my live streams. If that's not your cup of tea, please understand. I don't hate you. I respect you anyway. That said, right after that, we get into Overwatch. Typically what I do is if I feel like my mental is in a bad spot, I do a lot more VOD reviews and a lot less gaming. So you notice today my mental was in a good space. We've won 4 out of 5 games, got back into Platinum 4, which is exceptionally awesome. I'm very excited about that. So I did a VOD review at the end of the last game we lost, because even though we lost it almost objectively because it became a 4v5, did you notice I was still able to get value from that? We noticed right off the rip that I was still, like, as soon as that... There's 2 things you can take away. Number 1, my pathing was terrible. I kept like misunderstanding the map and not going the right way. And then the other thing that I kept doing that was also a major problem was that I was very susceptible to my mental slipping. We had one lever and it's almost like I gave up the fundamentals, and you can watch it like immediately. You can watch it happen. So I got to work on that mental. When people leave, you just keep trying your best. If you have more than one lever, by the way, if you have 2 people leave, just leave the game. After the timer, obviously, so you don't get a penalty, just leave the game. Once you're a 3v5, there's really not much you're going to be able to do to win that game. There's very, very few exceptions to that I'm aware of. 4v5, it's still winnable if you focus and clutch up. But I think 3v5 is pretty much conclusively where you go, yeah, I better tap out. But thank you guys for tuning in. I got to go get some content made for you guys, actually. And then I've got to go upstairs and go look at a minivan that we bought and try and figure out kind of what my next steps are. So appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next stream, which is Tuesday of next week for Marvel Rivals if you're interested, or Wednesday if you're just an Overwatch player. But until then, this is Gaming for Hope. I'm signing off.